And welcome to Level Up, Real Talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. Welcome, 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 everyone. And thank you guys for hanging out with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hey, everybody that's watching on Facebook, I want you guys to know that you can head on over to The Real Level Up. That's The Real Level Up on YouTube. And listen, everyone, I want everyone to be sure to know that very, very soon we will be going exclusively on YouTube. So I want to make sure that everybody on Facebook know where our new home is going to be. All right, you guys, we're going to have probably one of the most interesting shows that I've done
in the
history of Level Up. If you are watching right now, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Facebook.
But it's not my first time on the show, though. It's not my first time, though.
Okay, well, hang on, son. You may see a young man that's on your screen that look a little bit like me, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Anyway, who is on the show today, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, this is my son, Mr. Torrance D. Scott Jr.
Hey, how you guys doing today, man? How you guys doing? I'm doing all right too.
How you doing, son?
Man, I can say I'm doing great, actually. I'm doing great. How you doing, Mom?
I'm doing fine, son. I'm doing fine. What I do want to say before we get started with any part of this show, I want to thank you. Thank you for coming on the show. You know, I've asked you listen, audience, I've asked my son many, many times to come on the show. As you guys know, this is Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. So, you know how you have to wait on family members to be ready to have real talks?
I was just about to say that.
I will explain, and you can have your turn.
Okay, Mom, okay.
So I had to wait and be patient as a mom, because I've always said to both of my sons that they already have a story to tell. So, you know, when they're young and they're like, Mom, no, I don't, what am I going to say? He kept telling me over and over again, well, Mom, what am I going to say? Mom, what I'm going to say?
No, it's not that. I feel like it wasn't that I didn't know what to say. I mean, I just didn't know how to say it or come about it. So, yeah. Okay. I just wanted to put that up. Yeah, I just didn't know how to come about it or how to like word it and put it how I wanted to put it, and I like it, and I can go back to it and be like, yeah, I really said what I wanted to say. I really got what I wanted to get off my chest right there, and I'm proud of that. So that's all I was waiting for. I think the sound went off.
Okay, no, it's fine. Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. All right. So what we're going to do, son, I really want to just start this show. Of course, they've heard some stories through me about you, but right now, this will give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to the viewing and listening audience of who you are. Now you may have the floor for about a couple of minutes. Go ahead.
A couple of minutes, okay. I can bear with that. So hey folks, Torrance Scott Jr. Of course her son, but on the other note, I'm a aspiring, actually published model and actor. I've been on a couple shows, but my true passion, I believe, is runway fashion, and I wanted to be on a couple shows actually, and before the pandemic, actually, I had a breakthrough in that career, and I was supposed to actually sign a deal to be a co-host on what was it? I can't remember what it was. It was a TV show called The Wave, and it was basically supposed to be set up as like BET 106 in Park. That ended up falling through because of the pandemic. They completely stopped filming, so that got me in a rut, and ever since then, I got into real estate, and I found this method called wholesaling, where I figured out you don't have to have any money. You can learn by yourself. You can take your time when you need to take your time, and that was just for me, because like I'm the type of person that I have to take my time with everything, and learn at my own pace. I believe that's how I learn the best. So yeah, that's about a
That's it
wrap
in a
up.
nutshell, huh?
In a nutshell, in a quick nutshell.
Well, what I want everybody to do, we're going to take our break. But before we take our break, we always want to, share in a little bit of what this is going to be about. Let me bring up something real quick, son.
Okay. What are you about to bring up, Mama?
One second. Huh?
I said, what are you about to bring up?
Look here. Well, actually, I'm gonna do it at the beginning of our first full segment, which will be after this break. So it won't be a surprise. It'll be something that you will appreciate. I really think so. So what I want you to do is sit back and relax and not worry about anything. Let me tell you guys what he's worried about. First thing he said out of his mouth: "Mom, please don't be a mom on the show."
Oh my
What
God.
is that supposed to mean?
That's not.
How am I supposed to stop being a mom? Somebody please put it in the chat, put it in the comment section, and help me to understand how I'm supposed to stop being a mom. I don't understand what that means.
I feel like I didn't say it like that, but we're gonna leave it at that.
You just don't. You don't want me to do any embarrassing moments. No comments that could make you blush. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is.
That just means you saying that. That just means they're coming. So I'm just gonna prepare for all.
Oh, I live for this moment right here. Anyway, it won't be too bad, son. But listen, of course, we always got to take our break, you guys. I just want everybody to know that you can head on over to The Real Level Up. That's The Real Level Up on YouTube. What we are doing here at The Real Level Up, we will soon be going exclusively on YouTube. So all of my people that are on Facebook, head on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. All right? So yeah, another pivot that we are doing here at The Real Level Up. Now, the other thing I want everyone to know, that we are always supporting the independent artists. So we have 7 artists that we will be featuring that we're going to, play their music. Enjoy each and every one of them, you guys. Look them up because they are phenomenal artists that support us here at the show, but we're doing the same thing for them. So I want you guys to check out this next artist that is about to come up. When we come back, I'll tell you more about all of my artists that we have running on this show. You're listening and watching Level Up, Real Talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. We'll be right back.
All right, guys.
We about to fly. We about to soar across the sky. Just be real. Come on, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is PROMISSLAND Ministry, FIRE on the MIC, Cross Legacy. You blood boy, you kin to me. His blood brought adoption agency for the Lord's cause. When the Lord forced conspiracy, the Lord talked to the black sheep. It's just been Gene dying cause your color. Son dying for a mother. Can't kill this brother, but we still able. Put your heart on the table, put your head in the halo, helping hand to amigo. Poke the word when you feel low and just fly. Soar across the sky, because if you lay down and die, they gonna say you never stood for nothing. When the devil was bluffing, you cussing and struggling. Now cops handcuffing, stuffing you, pushing you in the car to take a ride. When you make bail, boy, I'm telling you, boy, you better fly. Soar across the sky, not how you begin. All about the way you tarry and carry while you pray and slay. From Monday to Sunday, for the finale, when you gone, it's grass greener on the cemetery lawn. Be about that life, about that gospel. Disciples living never die. FLY.
Not to let spread your wings, take off and fly, fly. Soar across the sky, fly.
Steel bars couldn't hold up. Fire flames couldn't burn burner.
Now so black eagles spread your wings, take off and fly, fly. Soar across the sky, fly.
Steel bars, couldn't hold her. Fire flames, didn't burn her. Steel bars, couldn't hold her. Fire flames, couldn't burn her. Allow me to take this time and learn you something, youngin'. Ain't no future in frontin', your future in front of you. Who are you frontin' for? Transparency is the forefront of what's possible. Thugs turn to apostle, streets on the pulpit, the realest thing I ever seen. Go ahead and fly, best of both worlds. Get the best out of you when you call. Too blessed for stress, too anointed for disappointment, too endowed to act how, too sanctified to believe the devil lies, too slain to feel any pain, too much favor to be on the naughty list, too much discernment to let you pick my gift, too prayed up to let my flesh mess it up, too many brothers and sisters in Christ to feel like I ain't got no family, holy rolling with me, I'm about to fly, set the sky aflame, holy fire dragon, breathing on folks' pain filled with propane, living water is heated, hot tea for the hot topic, can't top his performance, or fit my God into a locket, get the picture, 1 million prophets take flight, 100 million prophecies manifest, ancestry.com, bloodline, loyalty, you better fly.
Now so black eagles spread your wings, take off and fly, fly. Soar across the sky, fly.
Steel bars, couldn't hold her, fire flames, couldn't burn her.
Now so black eagles spread your wings, take off and fly, fly. Soar across the sky, fly.
Steel bars, couldn't hold her, fire flames, didn't burn her. Steel bars, couldn't hold her, fire flames, couldn't burn her. We about to fly, we about to
Kim Ikemia Arrington is a career empowerment speaker, business strategist to career professionals and employed entrepreneurs who are building their businesses while working demanding full-time job, as well as a visionary event producer. She is on a mission to help the massive take career control by positioning them to transition into careers, businesses and life they love on their terms. Kim certainly affirms that you can love your Mondays by doing only the work you desire and enjoy. Who says you can't love your Mondays? Kim affirms that you most certainly
My name
can.
is Rodney Damon Collins. I'm an actor, producer, author, and speaker. I'm excited to share my first book entitled Shattered: A Journey Through the Pieces. I wrote this book because there are millions of people like me in this world who are searching for purpose while navigating emotional distress. This book is for anyone who wants to be the producer of their own life. The reader will be encouraged to know that if they, 1, keep God first, 2, learn how to make peace with the pieces in our lives, and finally 3, never deterred from your dreams, that you will see your purpose fulfilled. I love you, and go grab this book on Amazon.com, Shattered: A Journey Through the Pieces.
Nothing excites me more than to see children read the books that I illustrated and helped bring to life. You know, it's the process from start to finish, and you know, at the finish line, you see the children smiling and excited and sharing the stories with other children about, you know, an image or a book that they read. Another thing that gives me joy is working with new and upcoming writers, people who have all these stories that they want to tell and, you know, things that they want to share with the world, you know, just like, you know, me wanting to express myself as an artist and, you know, share my expressions. You know, people are doing the same thing with their stories, and to help, I feel like I'm helping making their dream come true.
It's been long enough that you've been walking around in the wilderness trying to figure out, who am I? Why am I here? What gifts do I have to make a difference? Well, it's time to warm it up. Discover your true identity, unleash your gifts, and impact the world to become a more bolder, braver, and courageous you. Join me, Kathy Hood, at a life-changing workshop, Woman Up, the journey of owning your power and unleashing your true self.
Cares of Atlanta is a nonprofit 501c3 community-based organization providing holistic health and wellness with locations in Marietta and Metro Atlanta. Our qualified behavioral health professionals provide extensive counseling and treatment in substance abuse, mental health, and opioid addiction. Someone Cares offers a variety of services, and our professionals are waiting to serve you. We are not just an agency, we are a friend.
This is Marion Boyd with Marion Collection, real talk that takes you higher, level up. On Sundays from 3 to 6 p.m. It's ordinary people with extraordinary stories.
What's up, y'all? Troy Lance here. It's time to level up. Check them out every Sunday from 3 to 6.
Hey, this is Melly coming at you from the Camp Transformation Center in Davie, Florida, and I need you to level up. Tune in every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
It's your boy, Mark Buddington, a.k.a. Money Mark. Let's level up on Sundays from 3 to 6 p.m. Ordinary people with extraordinary stories. Yeah.
And welcome back to Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. And welcome everyone. And thank you guys for hanging out with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hey, if you guys are watching on Facebook, I want you guys to head on over to YouTube. Please head on over to YouTube, you guys, because very, very soon in the weeks to come, we will be exclusively streaming live on YouTube. So I'm giving everybody a chance to head on over, migrate over from Facebook over to YouTube, because that's where we are doing our new pivot. That's where we will be putting in our new footsteps right here at Level Up. All right, you guys, we want to get right back into our conversation. As you guys can see, this is one of my special Tickle Me Pink type of shows today. In case you guys are just joining us, yes, who is in the studio with me is my eldest son, Torrance. I call him Taz. Okay, do you want me to call you Taz? I can't call you Taz today.
Nah, that's okay, because you already did that. It's okay. It's okay.
Of course, pre-show, everyone. Now, we've been having pre-show all week long. Okay.
All week long.
Let me just say this. I asked my son to be on this show because, as you guys know, the reason why we started this show, it started with me and my best friend, right? We would have these heart-to-heart conversations, really discipleship conversations, what we call it, where we just have real conversations with one another. You know, when it says iron sharpens iron, well, that's the kind of relationship I have with my best friend. But not only that, as my son is becoming a man, I do have to say that our relationship is starting to turn to be more, as he doesn't want me to be mom today. I some of you guys help me to understand, how can I not be mom? But I'm going to try. In fact, I wanted everybody to see, the dynamic relationship, how he has grown to be a young man now. And he's right. Mom is trying to do her very best to not treat him like a boy, but treat him like a man. And so these conversations that we've been having probably for the past year or so, I did it once again. As I sat in the car when I talked to my best friend, and I would say, gosh, it'd be great if a whole lot of people can hear our conversations, because they were just rich and full of, love for one another. And we would, like I said, iron sharpens iron. So when it came to the time that my son was giving me discipleship advice, I was like, oh my goodness, he's a man now.
Yeah.
So, starting off, son, as I always do, with everyone, look, you're no different. So I'm going to go way back. I'm going to go with. I know the stories, but not everybody knows the story about you, your childhood, how you grew up. You know, what was going through your mind? What was it like growing up to be a Scott, be a part of the Scott family? Because look, son, I don't want no hold barred because we had our ups and downs as we were, raising you and your brother. It wasn't all hunky dory, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
No holds barred. Okay, okay. I'm gonna point it to you one more time. Real talk that takes you higher.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I read that just before the show too, just to get my mind right. I read Real Talk. I kept on reading Real Talk. Real Talk. That's
talk that takes you higher, level up. Right. Okay. So, starting out, son. Let me just kind of paint the picture for everyone who may not know. Some of you guys have met his father, my husband, Torrance Scott. That's senior, of course. And you guys heard about, how we came together, how we met. Well, we actually conceived this one before we got married. So there are wedding pictures with my belly sticking out because this one was at the wedding.
She's not gonna tell y'all she almost missed the wedding.
And he's right. I had a time trying to get to my wedding. Well, really, we can't even say it was a wedding. Okay, my husband and I got married at the Justice of the Peace. So you know how you had to go down to the courthouse and you only got that much of time to, say your vows? Yes, I said my vows in 2 minutes. What a wedding we had, okay? Yeah, 2 minutes, Justice of the Peace. But what I want everybody to understand, the reason why it was still special, because all of Birmingham and all of Michigan came down, even though we were getting married at the Justice of the Peace. Yes, we darn near filled up the whole, what do you call it? Courthouse. Because, you go down to the courthouse and you're getting married at the Justice of the Peace. So they were filling up the courthouse like they were at somebody's church pews. Yeah, that's the kind of family that we have. My husband's family and my family, they came in droves. So we darn near had about 50 people at the Justice of the Peace. So, but that's the story of the Scott family. Our story can be a trip. So on top of all that, let me add one more thing that happened that day. My sister, Victoria, had to stand in proxy because I was an hour late.
Everybody like, Dad got married, auntie.
Wait. This is the other thing that happened. Your dad was sweating so bad because it was so many people wondering, hey, man, are you going to marry or not?
Oh,
I was that
man.
late, guys. I was that late. And so he was sweating. He had his whole family down there. My family was there. So they were just wondering, like, is she standing you up, man?
Oh, man.
Y'all didn't get that story. Now you have it. It's all out there now. Yes. So
that's my first time hearing about the sweat.
That's your first time hearing about it?
That's the first time hearing about the sweat. Yeah, the first time hearing about
your dad was like this, like, where are you? Oh, he was mad with me the whole night.
Oh.
I see why. That smile, but he was like, you were that late. And it was because my hairdresser was horrible. He was 3 hours late, which put me really, really late. Oh, it was a trip. My wedding day was finally great when we had our party, because that's the other thing too. We actually put the money into having a great after party, which that went off without a hitch. Your Auntie Ronnie put on a show. You remember Auntie Ronnie?
Yeah, I do. I know she put on the show. I know.
Oh gosh! Oh, she put on the best wedding party that anybody could have. And let me tell you how much she spent on that one. She spent only $500 on that one.
Yeah, you always said she was like it wasn't like she she was a good performer. Like, it doesn't matter where you put her. She was just like, she would perform. And I can tell, I can see it now. I bet you it was a good part.
And look, when you were born, son, okay, you know how your Auntie Tracy is when you go to Birmingham, that she takes over? You remember?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, well, your Auntie Ronnie was the same way. Like, I would come over to her house. She literally would have you in her arms as she's cooking a full course meal.
I never heard that story. That's wild.
She would have you in. I mean, she was carrying you wherever she could carry you. She would carry you. So that was your Auntie Ronnie, and she still loves you to this day. She's probably going to watch this show at some point. Somebody's going to tell her, "Hey, Ronnie, they're talking about you."
I mean, she carried me out to all those festivals. She's the one that got me on the real culture of Atlanta. Like, she showed me a lot of things in Atlanta, and it was great. It was very great. I saw a very cultured Atlanta side.
Well, she was, well, I won't say was. I think she still is a very phenomenal singer. And because of her background in entertainment, she went beyond singing. She really was developing a lot of relationships in the Atlanta area that actually helped you to understand who you were and who you were going to become to be as an entertainer yourself. So it wasn't just your dad. You know, your dad was in entertainment, but we had you around so many entertainers, coming out the womb that it was inevitable.
So many.
So moving forward, because I know I don't know if you know how to take this story. Moving forward, he's born, and then he enters into this modeling contest. Okay, listen, ladies and gentlemen. We enter.
Okay, this is gonna be new.
You remember that? You remember that, right?
Nah, this is gonna be a new story. I heard these stories before, but I haven't heard them in depth, and I know you're gonna explain them in depth right now. So, okay, yeah, go ahead.
So we enter him into this modeling contest that was here in Atlanta. Kidding Around was the name of the ad agency. Kidding Around, and you won. We look. Somebody just told us to send in your picture, and that's what we did. And you won that contest.
It was like Baby of the Year.
It was like hundreds of kids that were entered into back then. I think it was in the late 90s when Kidding Around was I don't know if they're still around, but you won, and that was the beginning of how you got into modeling.
That's crazy. Okay. And you said it was how old was I? And it was like Baby of the Year, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were the model Baby of the Year. I think you had to have been about 9 months.
I don't remember any of this. Wow.
Of course you don't.
I know, of course I don't, but like that's wild. 9 months and I won Baby. Okay, well, how did they scale like the competition though? Like, how did they scale that?
Look, your guess is as good as mine because we were shocked. We sent in an ordinary picture that to this day. Okay, what I'm going to do, Level Up Nation, I'm going to find that picture and I'm going to post it. So you guys can see what baby picture won this contest. Because we just, somebody just told us, send it in and see what happens. And he won. Out of hundreds of entries that came in that year for Kidding Around.
And when she posted Level Up Crew, it's going to be my first time seeing this well. So we're on the same page.
Y'all. He just forgot. Anyway. So enough of my telltale son. I think the very first time that you remember being a model is when we entered you into another contest. You won that one too. And that gave you an opportunity to go to Philadelphia, I believe. We went out of town. We took a long road trip. And you were performing in, I think it was Philadelphia, but it was your first time getting on stage. And you got on stage and you did your walk. You kind of remember it now. You had to have been about maybe 5 or 6. And we took a long road trip.
Hold on.
I don't remember that one.
I feel like the one I remember the most is the one when I was acting and I could not get the part at all. It was for Whole Foods.
That was with your Uncle JB, was it with him?
That's the first one I remember. But the Philadelphia one, I want to hear that story as well, Mom. I'm not even gonna lie. Never heard that. I never heard that. I don't remember that.
Well, not much to tell. Once again, we're dragging all of Birmingham to support you to go. I think it was Philadelphia. Your grandma will remember. She's probably going to put it in the chat anyway. Anyway, we go far, far away. I think it was in the Philadelphia area, you guys. And once again, we're dragging the whole family to support this little guy in his modeling career. He did a phenomenal job. Great job. First time that he walked down the runway, people were amazed that he had the knack and the know-how I think you were 5 years old, of knowing how to walk down the runway. Yeah, okay. I feel like I can see the runway in my head right now, but I don't really. Because you saying Philadelphia, I feel like I've never been to Philadelphia a day in my life. Yeah, we went there for another. And here's the thing. And Mary, I know you're saying we got Mary Gooseby, who's another mom who's supporting her son as well. But you do whatever it takes to make sure that your kids will be successful. And this is just one of the ways that we help this son. Now, when we get the other son on, we'll talk to you guys about that one. But this son here, when we found out that he had a knack for modeling, we did everything we can with the pennies that we had to make sure that he got anywhere and everywhere he needed to go to be successful in his modeling career. Yeah, I can say that. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So from there, son, now, what happened after that? What happened from there was you then started doing commercials. So this is the part that you do remember when you were doing commercials with your Uncle JB. I could not get that commercial for nothing. I could not get that commercial. They kicked me off the first set. They kicked you off the set? See, I wasn't there. Your dad was. Your dad was there. I wasn't there. Yeah, I believe because I seen lights, cameras. I wanted to be the star, and the thing about it is, I was a stand-in, and I did not get the premise of a stand-in at all because I was so young. I was just thinking I was going to be a star. They're like, this is going to be the commercial that's going to just throw me out into the ocean. I'm just going to go, but no, it did not. No, literally every single thing I did was wrong, and. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I was holding everybody up, and they just told me to just stand to the side. Luckily, though, it was for 2 commercials. So the first commercial, they told me to just take a break until the second commercial started, and I got in for the second commercial. But the only thing about the second commercial is I was in the commercial, yeah, but I was in the raincoat and had my whole back turned, so you couldn't even realize it was me. So that was just like a complete what I thought was going to happen, it was basically the complete opposite. So it was like I wasn't even in a commercial. But it was a great opportunity. It was a great opportunity. Yes, Mary Goolsby. Penny's Real Talk. Thank you, Miss Mary. Hey, Miss Doris, we see that you're on. Look, this, I just want everybody to know and understand the background, the backdrop of what it takes to have your kids in entertainment. Come on, talk to us about it, Mary. To have your kids in entertainment. It is not anything that you would ever think it would be. It's a whole lot more work than shine. And so with my husband being in entertainment, on the music side though, he would try to tell this youngster here, Junior, son, it's not as easy as you think. You're not going to get out there on that camera and become a superstar just like that. It takes so much work on the back end for you to even get a cameo. A cameo appearance. It's a whole lot of work that you have to put. So it's called sweat equity, son. It's called sweat equity. And I know you got a whole lot to talk to folks about, early on, what you learned about it. Just kind of give them a little piece because we got to take a break here in another 4 minutes. But just give them a little bit on when you first really realized that it is not all what it cracked up to be. What you see on that screen? Yeah, what you see on that screen probably took about the whole day to make that one scene. So that's what I learned about this. You got to stay humble. You got to stay working. You cannot be the biggest star in the room. There's no such thing as that in this business because,
they're around stars all the time. So it's like you just gotta roll with the punches, and it's a hurry up and wait business.
And your dad used to say that all the time. It's a hurry up, and then you wait,
Yes.
wait some more, and then they'll call you. You gotta hurry up, and then you gotta wait.
Man. That's a fact.
Well, it's been a learning experience. So you, like I said, son, you have been in this thing since coming out of the womb. You have been around entertainment, and due in large part because of who your dad is. He's a well accomplished musician, and he has been rolling with the punches ever since he was 15. So he's been trying his best to teach all of us, not just this one son, but we have another son named Eric, which you guys will see on another show, because he has gotten the bug as well. He's more of a talk show host like his mom. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wait till you see this son, everyone. But for our oldest son, Torrance Scott Jr. When we come back, let's talk more about how it was just growing up from, going from show into audition and from getting into modeling. And let's talk about Shine. I mean, let's talk about, the one agency that, once again, your whole family got involved with you again. And I definitely want to give them a shout out, because before we go, let me just give a shout out to them, because they have done a phenomenal job with my son. I know they had to do a pivot as well. And they're called Actors, Models, Talent for Christ. Oh my gosh. If nothing else, we learn a lot about the business and being Christian in the business. And I want to give them, so much props for what they were trying to do in showing, up and coming artists, especially those who said Jesus is Lord, how you can survive in this entertainment business. Because look, it's not easy. It is not easy being Christian and trying to survive in this business. So when we come back, we're going to have a candid conversation once again with my son, and how he had to become from being just a young man, a young boy, I would say, to a young man being into this business. So you guys, hang tight, sit back. When, come on back, grab a snack, and, type in all of your comments and questions in our chat. We also have been set up in YouTube where we can see your chats there too. So whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, we can see your chats. Type in your chats, because you may have some questions. That we're having this candid conversation with my oldest son, Torrance Scott Jr. You're listening and watching Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. We'll be right back.
Thank you, guys.
It's time to celebrate. Oh. Now that I am free, I gotta tell my story. Whoa, he's been good to me. Nothing can stop me, no. Even if I gotta jump through the loops, I can't be stopped when I jump in the booth. Cause I represent the one who can run through a troop. I'ma reach this goal like I jumped through a group. I'll be back in a minute. I only roll with the pack of winners. No loser from the start, right back to the finish. Past the diminish. Got a reason to dance, you never catch me with finish. Now that I am free, gotta tell the nations, he's been good to me. Join your celebration. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Come on, let's celebrate, 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 celebrate. Come on, let's celebrate. Wanna dance the night away and party till the break of dawn. Dance the night away. Dance like nobody's watching. Lose time like nobody's clocking. Break through like nobody's blocking. Choose freedom like there's no other option. I sing and I run when I think about all the things that I've done. All washed away because of the sun. Now ain't nothing gonna stop my fun. I run. Now that I am free, gotta tell away, he's making away. All the chains he's breaking away, he's making away, he's making away, making away, he's 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 making away. He's making away, like Superman, he's saving a day, like a road worker paving a way, Mayday, gayday, paydays come in, cause he's making away. Now all of a sudden, life is good, ain't worried about nothing. Even when people try to push my buttons, I ain't budging, cause it's love I'm loving. Now that I am free, oh now that I'm free, gotta tell the nations, he's been good to me, so good, so good. Join the celebration, dance the night away, going to the break of dawn. Dance the night away, going to the break of dawn. Now that I am free, gotta tell the nations, he's been good to me. Join the celebration.
Bloated, overweight, you could be toxic from your environment, food, and medications. It's time for a clean start. Come by or book online today.
Marion Collection men's and women's wear has statement pieces or full head-to-toe custom design. It's the personal styling service customized to your fit, lifestyle, and budget. Hi, I'm Marion Boyd, CEO and your designer guide for success. Contact me at 770-402-0730 Eastern Standard Time from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. only. I'm on Facebook at Marion G. Boyd or Instagram at Marion_Collection1. Get in, my people.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you get home. Hey, baby, when you come home, darling, I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can read your thoughts right now. If you walk from A to Z.
Cares of Atlanta is a nonprofit 501c3 community-based organization providing holistic health and wellness with locations in Marietta and Metro Atlanta. Our qualified behavioral health professionals provide extensive counseling and treatment in substance abuse, mental health, and opioid addiction. Someone Cares offers a variety of services, and our professionals are waiting to serve you. We are not just an agency, we are a friend.
In every way, let the people see, let them see, and make sure you know you're right. Oh, when you speak.
This is Terrell Murphy. Get inspired with Level Up, real talk that takes you higher.
You are listening to Level Up with Sisters of the Skies Incorporated.
Hey, this is Richard Shaw Jr. Make sure you're believing again. Also, level up. Check them out every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
This is Jackie, Hollywood Mims. Listen or watch Level Up each and every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. Keep it locked right here.
And welcome back to Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. Welcome back, everyone. And thank you guys for hanging out with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hey, Level Up Nation, that is on Facebook. I want you guys to head on over to The Real Level Up. That's The Real Level Up on YouTube. In the weeks to come, everyone, we will be exclusive on YouTube. So head on over because you don't want to miss any of our fun-filled shows that are coming down the pike very, very soon. As you guys can see, we have in the studio someone that kind of looked like me. Yes, who's in the studio is my oldest son, Torrance. I call him Taz. Torrance Taz Scott Jr., who is an up-and-coming entrepreneur. Now, I know you guys have been listening to our first segment, and in that first segment, we talked about, how he's been, trying to break into this entertainment industry through modeling. But as you guys can see and hear, and I've got some amens from Miss Doris and Miss Mary, who knows it very, very well. The entertainment industry is not the easiest to break into. You've got to have a lot of tenacity, a little bit of luck, which I don't really call it luck. Luck to me is really God's favor. Okay. Well, let me just say this. God's favor supersedes luck. But most of all, you have got to be amble ready for any opportunity that comes down the pike. So, son, let's start there.
Wow.
Excuse me? Huh?
I say you gotta emphasize you have to be ample ready. You have to be ready at all times.
What does that mean, son? For anybody that's watching right now, that's either they're watching it live or they're going to watch it later. And there's a lot of people that's here in Cobb County that was watching, your progress, son. So, just tell them now. I mean, this is your time because folks used to call us all the time like, hey, Miss Scott, what do we need to do to break into this industry? So let them hear it not from my mouth, but from yours.
I mean, first of all, you got to love it. You have to love it, and you have to have, you're gonna take some knockouts, and you got to be willing to get back up and keep on getting back up, and then after that, keep on getting back up. So it's just like it's an ongoing process of just continually to keep yourself strong, and not even physically, mentally as well, and with faith. You got to have faith when it comes to anything, but especially the entertainment business, because you will have your faith tried for a fact. For a fact, they will try that. So and you gotta work hard, and you gotta be able to do it for free before you get the money. Because when you realize what you love and you can do it for free, and you're willing to do it whenever you want to, the money's just gonna flow in, and then that's just what makes it easier. And with that comes with peace and joy. So hey, that's how I say.
Oh, you guys do know my son is blowing me away.
That's why I told you, Bob. You got to come at me like, man, Mom. I told you. We have a little pre-show. I laugh around and joke around a bit, but when you want me to talk to these people about really like some things that I'm going through, and if I can help people not go through what I went through, I'm gonna that's the best thing I can do. To me, that's the best thing I can do is hearing somebody say, "Hey, man, you said this. That helped me a lot, and it helped me move forward." And yeah, so.
Well, okay. Since you're obviously there were some people that did it for you, Taz. Let's shout them out too. So, who were the people, outside of your mom and dad? Because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how it goes. Mary, give me a high five on this one. They think that mom and dad don't know anything, but then when they go out there, another person comes along and they're saying the same thing you did. Okay, that happens quite often. Who were the people? Who were the people, Taz, outside of mom and dad, even grandma, auntie, grandpa, all the people that would always want to try to pour into? Well, really, we were trying to plant seeds, Taz.
Yeah.
And so we understand that now. Sometimes, mom and dad has to understand just plant the seed because somebody else will come along to water it. So
okay.
Who are your water boys?
As far as can you break that question down a little bit more? As far as the family and as far as outside the family.
Outside the family, son, because all we did was plant seeds.
Okay, so outside the family, I would say, man, it was my first mentor, Mr. Zeke. I always call him Mr. because I give him that much respect all the time. Like I'm at the age now, I don't gotta call him Mr. Zeke, but like it's just that he put so much into me and he believed in me so much. He gets that respect for me to call him Mr. Zeke. But so yeah, Mr. Zeke, he gave me I want to say my third job. My third job, because I was working at Kroger for a good minute, and some things happened there that, I don't want to talk about that. But some things happened at Kroger, and I had to find a job real quick. And I felt like it was around the time where I didn't want to be under you guys' phone bill anymore, and I started my own phone bill while losing my job. So it's like, I got to find something real quick. So my friend talked to me about this job called Stockyard. He is one of my friends. He was on the basketball team. He told me he get paid a good amount of money to host, just to host though, like the guys that's basically sitting in front of the restaurant telling everybody where to go. So I walk in thinking I'm gonna be like that. So I walk in all fresh. I walk in with my nice stuff on, nice slacks. I got some loafers on, of course. Got a little Gucci belt. I was drippy. So because I was thinking I was gonna be
You were what? It's called what? Drippy.
I got to do an Urban Dictionary drippy.
Do the Urban Dictionary.
I would say sauce, but you wouldn't know what sauce is. No. Do you know what swag is, Mom?
Okay, swag. So you had your swag on. So swag means sauce, and sauce means drippy, right?
No, okay. But you can get lost in the sauce. But you can always have. I ain't gonna get in there. That's Gucci Man. But okay. I ain't gonna get in. But yeah. So this is how the story turns. I'm just gonna show you because this Mr. Zeke, he put me in a mind frame that's so different. So I walked in because I'm this modeling guy. I'm flashy. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a job, basically doing what I always do, just looking good in front and taking everybody to where they get to go. So I'm looking good. And so after the interview, he's like, okay, yeah, we don't need any more hosts. So the whole interview, he's like interested. He making me think that I'm getting the job for the hosting job.
Like, the hosting position, right?
That's the job I wanted.
That's the glamorous job, right?
He made me think the whole time. Hosting, yeah, okay. And then after the interview, he was like, yeah, man, we got enough hosts, man. We got dishwasher though. we need a dishwasher. I was like, oh man, I went
wait, hold on, Ted. I want to make sure that people understand what happened here. So you thought you were going to get the glamour hosting job, and Mr. Zeke gave you the dishwashing job. Busted them
the dirtiest job in the restaurant. I swear, I went from the front thinking I was going to be in the front of the restaurant to the dirt. To the dirt. I saw the dirt on the back of the building every night. That's how dirty it was. I had to clean that, actually. I had to clean the dirt in the back. So he put me, that job just made me think about like how much I wanted it, and how much I can basically stick to something and be reliable. And I feel like Zeke he had to pull that out of me because I believe if I would have had that hosting job before, because at the end, you already know, Mom, I ended up having the hosting job at the end when I stopped working there. And I ended up being the highest paid host there, but I had to start off at the bottom. I probably watched this for 6 to 7 months, and I had to be the last person out of that restaurant every night. And the restaurant closed at 11. But we would never let nobody. We would let everybody stay, like just stay around, just because of the restaurant. Am I breaking up? Hello. You breaking up, Mom?
Keep going.
Breaking up, Mom. Oh, okay, yeah. Just because of the restaurant. Man, where was I at? Yeah, that threw me off. Oh, yeah, okay. Just because the restaurant was so nice, the owner, it wasn't corporate. So we would like have to let people just stay in there because we can't really kick them out. It's like customer friendly. So yeah. So around 11, it's time for everybody to go. Literally nobody will leave until 12 or 1. And that would make me stay until like 2 or 3 because I'll have to wait for all the dishes in the lobby, and I'll have to wait for all the dishes from the cooks. So I had to wait for everybody to just throw everything in the back so I can just clean it. And then after I clean all the dishes, I would have to spray down the whole. I would have to spray down the washer, and I would have to scrub the floors, and I would have to scrub the walls. So I would get out of there soaking wet, at least 2 or 3. Yeah, 2 or 3 Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, and yeah. But that made Zeke really, really, really like me because you can ask him to this day, man. Like I was the best thing to Stockyard for a minute because shoot, I was running it. I went from running it to the back to running it in the front because before I left, I would say they would need like 3-4 hosts at a time up front. But when I'm there, it's just me up there, just one person. So I went from running it.
Go ahead.
I went from running it in the back, and I moved forward to the front, and I ended up being like the whole time I was by myself. And when I went to the hosting position, as I would go to the back to put the dishes up, I would see them hire more and more people. So it's like I was a one-man band, but this is really a job for like 3 or 4 people, like for real. So yeah, Zeke, man, he put me in a different mindset to like just hustle and to just really want things that are capable to get. If like all you gotta really do is want it. That's it. You have to really want it.
I want to point out one thing that I didn't realize Zeke was doing. I remember the first time that I met Zeke, and it was something about him. Because I'm always telling both my sons, you want to find a mentor, a person that's going to pour into you when they are freely giving up information or advice, and they're freely doing it because it's in their heart.
Yeah.
So helping you guys to understand, to find the right people that will pour into you, that will bring you and your brother to another level, so that you guys can be upstanding men for this society that we live in. What I didn't realize about Zeke is that he put you in that position. He probably thought that you were great for the hosting position, but he probably saw something in you that needed to be, kind of carved out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so I do want to give it up to Zeke because he put you in that position to root that out of you so that you will be more of a giving and
humble,
effective host than what you were coming into. Because what you got to understand when you're given opportunities, and then when you're given positions, you got to be on the side of being grateful about it instead of you saying to yourself, because see, you walked in there thinking that, okay, y'all need me, right? Okay,
no, I walked in there thinking I needed them. I'm not even gonna lie, Mom.
Let's say one more time.
I said I walked in there thinking that I needed them because my phone bill was about to be due. It was new.
Oh, okay,
I never paid a phone bill before ever.
I stand corrected. Okay, so you needed them, but in some instances, you thought that hosting job, which I don't know if anybody know about the restaurant industry. From what I understand, hosting jobs in certain restaurants is the glamour type of position. It's one position that you want to go for, and you were trying to go for the quote unquote top position, and you just walked in the door. So Zeke was like, no. You're going to go to the back and work your way up. Work your way up. So what he was trying to do, he was actually trying to build your character so that you will be a better host for his restaurant. Do you see that?
Yeah, you can ask him now. Yeah, I was the best host of the restaurant, definitely. I was. It was to a point where I could have trained. I was training hosts, actually.
You were training.
I was training, and they wanted me to go to different stores to train. But the only thing was, they were still trying to pay me the same amount of money, and I was not having that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so one of the reasons why you left that position is that once you became a trainer for different positions, you wanted to be paid, which I'm not bad with. Yeah,
paid more.
I'm not bad. I'm not bad. Look, sometimes you do have to walk away from a position when you've been there for a while, and
you see
Huh?
I say, yeah, you've been there for a while, you see no elevation. It's just like, I'm just here working. And it was just stressful, and I feel like my energy was being taken.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. At the time, your dad and I did not understand. It's like, why are you leaving a job when you don't have a job? Because that's the old school in us. You don't leave a job till you have a job. But we are, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to a millennial, and they do think different than we do. Because no, literally, for your generation, the millennials, when you guys are done and fed up, you guys take a walk. It's like, how do you expect to pay that phone bill when you?
Yeah.
That's what we're thinking as Generation X. How do you? But okay, go on. So when you left from that position, what eventually happened to you? Because you were at the time 11th grade, maybe 12th grade, or maybe you've already graduated from high school at that time.
So, okay, you talking about when I left? No, when I left, I was probably...
Stockyard. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
When you had left Stockyard, what eventually happened to you in your life at that moment in time?
Oh, no, so I started Stockyard. I was a dishwasher 12th grade, and I probably quit when I was around the age of 22. So I was there for a long period of time. And through that long period of time, I just still didn't see any elevation. I seen the store was elevating, like by them, because when I got there, it was only one store. Now you can say probably like 4, 5, 6, 7, like around Georgia. Yeah. So when I got there, the original one is Marietta Square. That's when I got there, and it was only one, and that's what made it so authentic and great to work at, because it was just, I don't know, it was just not corporate. But they started slowly turning corporate more and more, the more and more money they made. And they started, like, not getting real personal with their workers and, like, really getting in tune with them, because they had too many stores to handle. And I started seeing just new managers coming in, new heads, like, that wasn't there from the start. I was there longer than most of the managers. And I still didn't see any improvement. So it was just like, yeah, just about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is a fact, son, that a lot of times people will outgrow a situation when it is just not conducive for you anymore. You outgrew it. And here's the other thing that I do want to encourage you with that. It's not just that it's you thinking. Sometimes God will set up a situation where He's moving you.
Yeah.
And so as you were, growing to become a man who you are right now, let's speak to the audience, and we've got another 6 minutes. Let's speak to the audience, because I think that was around about the time, Taz, that you were really trying to find yourself in Christ. Was that around about that time that you were?
Oh, I'm so glad you just said that, because I was just thinking about a story. So at the time when I was about to leave, getting ready, I was like really frustrated with the job. It was this guy that he was new, and it was basically Zeke's replacement. He was like Zeke. I mean, he was Zeke, but he was like the opposite of Zeke. So he was a black guy. He was a big buff guy named, I can't remember his name all the way. I'm not even going to disclose his name. But he was a big buff guy. And, I mean, he was cool, but he wasn't like me and Zeke cool. Like, Zeke, you can go up to him, crack a beer with him or something. Like, hey, what's up? With this dude, it's like, nah, you can't. You can barely say what's up to him. But I was saying, hey, what you know? You got to get back to work or something. You got to get back to work. That's how it is. That's how it was. So I feel like around that time, he was the really one person. He was trying to treat me, I feel like, kind of like a dad, and I didn't really want that at the time at all, because I was trying to find myself as a real man. So I feel like I really didn't need that at the time. But right before I started to leave, or like I started my process of leaving, I started to get closer with him, like, as far as like, I started to get closer with him and started just talking to him about God. And he would talk to me every single day I would come in, and we would just, like, at first we started off like he thought I was a knucklehead. So that's how our relationship was. Like, but I started talking to him real and started coming at him like, I want to learn this, I want to know this. His whole mindset changed towards me, and we started to get real cool, because we both had the same passion of wanting to learn more about God, learn our relationship about God, learn our relationship about Jesus. And I feel like at the time, I helped build him, he helped build me. I helped build him because he was mentoring me. So I feel like, because he's a motivational speaker and he doesn't really do it a lot. So yeah, he says like every once in a while it'll be people that will like fuel his gift of motivational speaking. So I feel like that's what I was doing. I was fueling him like back to where he was like, I took him back to a time where he used to do these speeches, but because he would basically speech it out to me. He would speak loud enough for everybody else to hear, but he would talk to me like mostly. And
he was practicing on you, son.
Yeah, yeah. But like I met him, and I don't know, like I can't remember where I was going with that, but I met him.
Your relationship with God was growing and building.
Yeah, my relationship. Yeah, it was actually growing and building because of him. Because like I just saw what like our similarities of like loving God brought us together, and I was like, oh, that's powerful. That's powerful because I seen how. I mean, I would look back to how he used to treat me when he thought I was a knucklehead, but he see that we shared the same interests. It was a completely different person. That's why. So that's right then and there. I was like, yeah, relationship with God is powerful. Like this is powerful. This is powerful stuff for real. Like yeah. So I would say that right there, and probably before then when we got the new house, and that all that tied into me wanting to get closer because I started seeing the true power of him.
The true power of having your own, not ours, not us saying, hey, you need to. Well, when we come back
that's
to
not
Go ahead.
I feel like that's not authentic. That's not you. Like you going based off what your parents said. You can't always do that.
You can. You really can. I mean, and for anybody that's listening and watching right now, there's a lot of things that I had to learn. And when we come back, I'll tell you guys more about it because I really have to say that my sons have an incredible father. They really do. He is, a man of God. But then at that same time, the times that he's talking about right now, he was trying to find his relationship with God. So it was amazing to see, not just my son, but to watch my husband do an about face as well, trying to, find and walk his way into his relationship with God. So I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
But when we come back, you guys, hang tight because we got more to share with you guys about this young man of mine. And yes, Mary Goolsby, I am a proud mom. You're listening and watching Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. We'll be right back.
Yeah, Mike Jeezy. This one's for you, Father. For sure. Cause despite the women, money, cars, and clothes, yeah, at the end of the day, tell them I choose you. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I put that on my mama, homes. Yeah, that's right. Say, I choose you. Come on. Say, I choose you. Go ahead and give it some right quick. Yeah. Let's get it. Mike Jeezy on the scenery. Beating my speakers, they yelling out, why you mistreating me? I'm never leaving these. I'm never leaving G.O.D. Got a problem with it, throw them deuces, peace. Cause I ain't gotta know you. I know the Holy Spirit. If you ain't got it, then get like shouty and get it. Some people will try to tell you prosperity is a joke. That's cause they reaping the very same drama that they sold. Take a second to read your Bible, shout it, then you know. Shout out to Obama, but this year Jesus got my vote. He wins it every time, there ain't no need to lie. Drunk off the spirit, communion, sipping that holy wine. Saved me too many times, why would I turn around? I wanna see all you have to offer, father the child. Yeah, I lost 2 daddies in my lifetime, but the third time's a charm, and I know you'll do me right. That's why I choose you. Yeah, come on. That's why I choose you. Now say you chose me, so I choose you. Yeah, 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 come on. I feel like I'm at the top of my game, on a mountain that I can move at the sound of his name. A mustard seed of faith is all it takes to break down barriers. Spiritual post office, holy mail carrier. ya. That's why I got to grab ya. My life to use a passion. Pedal to the metal for the Lord like I was dragging. His love for me is always free for that, never taxing. Bagging as much as the spirit is I can handle. And now I can say, you are the flame to my candle. I wanna be the most God-fearing two-legged mammal. The way of the world has 1,000,000,001 scandals, but the call of righteousness opens to one channel. The way is very narrow, that's why many don't travel. So with my talents, I'ma do what it do. And every time I spit a verse, gotta give it to you. I choose you. Yeah, that's right. Say, I choose you. One more time, homie. Everybody say, you chose me. So I choose you. Yeah, you chose me.
No matter how hard you tried, things just still go wrong?
Many times.
What do you do?
I let go and let God.
All I'm asking from you is to bump up our credit limit to where it was.
It's declined.
We're experiencing some financial hardships at the moment.
You have 6 days to make payment.
I can't believe this is happening.
You know, I never asked you to pray with me.
It's you and me. We got this.
God wants to help you, Peter.
Excuse me?
But you're not letting him in.
I did once. Last time we spoke, you took a man away from me I loved dearly. From that day, I swore to take matters into my own hands. But now I don't know what to do.
I know that you don't believe, but I will pray for you.
I love you so much.
Capimo.
It was a miracle. You believe in miracles?
Listen, if you need me, you call me. All of the angels in heaven are rejoicing. You gotta know that everything is gonna be okay.
Unveiled Treasures Bookstore. We offer a variety of items: church supplies, homeschool resources, music, books, and gifts. Our free ministry partners online affiliate program provides a collection of Christian resources. Unveiled Treasures. Exquisite jewels to enrich your soul.
Became severely anemic as a result of my fibroids. My energy level was just very low, just always very fatigued, very low sex drive. I think my only regret about my fibroid situation is that I didn't do it sooner. I feel amazing now. I feel great. Women, listen to me. You deserve to be happy and healthy again. No one has time for fibroids. Please look into UFE, contact Dr. Lipman, and get your happy back, get your life back, get your sex back. You know, be the woman that you were before fibroids.
It's been long enough that you've been walking around in the wilderness trying to figure out, who am I? Why am I here? What gifts do I have to make a difference? Well, it's time to warm it up. Discover your true identity, unleash your gifts, and impact the world to become a more bolder, braver, and courageous you. Join me, Kathy Hood, at a life-changing workshop, Woman Up, the journey of owning your power and unleashing your true self.
Hey, this is Constance. Level Up. Check them out every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
Hey guys, it's your girl V Speak Life, reminding you to speak life, not strife. Right now, I want you to get inspired with Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. Sundays from 3 to 6 p.m.
It's Robert.
And Rebecca.
We're the Quaddle Bombs. Time to level up every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
My name is Jay Hagler of Diving with a Purpose. Level up each and every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. Don't touch that dial.
And welcome back to Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the Bee. Welcome back, everyone. And thank you guys for hanging out with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hey, Level Up Nation, on Facebook, I want you guys to head on over to The Real Level Up. That's The Real Level Up on YouTube. In the weeks to come, you guys, we will be going exclusively on YouTube, and I don't want you to miss not one show. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that have been on our Facebook channel each and every Sunday, and just giving us support. We really, really appreciate this. But it is one of our ways that Level Up is doing another pivot. So we are heading over to YouTube at the same location, same name, The Real Level Up. So I want you guys to head on over there right now, hit that subscribe button, and each and every time that we are live streaming, you will get that same notification that you always have been getting from Facebook, but now on YouTube. All right, we're going to get right back into our conversation. And as you guys can see, there's a young man that's in the studio by way of Blue Jeans. Because once again, not sure where he's been. Yes, he is my son, and they're young. I'm not sure where these kids are going right now. There's still a pandemic out there. And he is in his dad's studio, not mine. And he needs to stay far away from me because I'm not sure where he's been.
Oh, man. Well.
We'll get right back into our conversation. We're having a candid conversation with my oldest son, Torrance Scott Jr., who has been, a lifelong, I don't know, how can I say it? He's been trying for all of his life to break into this entertainment industry. And because of the pandemic, I think, Taz, you had said this earlier. I think that was probably your largest contract that you received to date, and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah, because it was actually, I had a couple ones that actually went through because I was in a couple malls and everything. But as far as a really real big breakthrough that I feel like it was gonna push my career to long term, to where I can get a contract for 1 to 3 years. Because I think that's how long the contract was looking like. It was going 1 to 3 years for a talk show host. Yeah, as far as that's probably the biggest one. But
that was probably the biggest one to date. Well, before we get right into that one, before I have you talk to the audience as far as how that came about, before we went to break, we were talking about, just where you were, with your mentors, people that came along in your life that, I had no idea. I knew about Zeke, but I didn't know about the other fella that you spoke about. But obviously, he poured something into your life, and it had a lot to do with it. Open your eyes up to having, understanding why you really have to have your own true relationship with our Savior, Jesus Christ. Your own, just your own. But in around that time, Taz, wasn't that when you made the decision to say Jesus is Lord? Was it? Because it was in 2000. I remember this, February of 2017. Yes, you're absolutely right, son. That was the proudest moment of your lifetime.
Yeah. So wait, what was the question? Say it one more time.
Well, what? Because in 2017 is when you decided to be baptized.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For anyone who's listening, that's when he made his decision, ladies and gentlemen, to say Jesus is Lord and really, really take it serious. Now, I want you to, speak to the viewing and listening audience and be real. Look, be real, son, because, let me point to this thing one more time. Real talk that takes you higher. Did you ever feel pressure from me and your dad? Because let me give them a little background before you speak on your journey to the water, your journey of going down into that water. Your
I would
brother.
say, I mean, as
Well,
I was,
let me say this before you answer, because your brother knew that he wanted to be baptized at age 8. At age 8. Now, okay, the opposite happened with us. We thought your brother was too young. We thought you were old enough, and we were looking at it all wrong. Like me and your dad was like, okay, so our youngest son wants to be baptized, but our oldest son, when is he going to be baptized? So we were all like, it was kind of, once again, ladies and gentlemen, here's the Scott family. We're looking at our oldest son, wondering when he is ready to, study the Bible, to be baptized. And our youngest son kept saying over and over again, he's ready, he understood, and come to find out he did. Because at age 11, he spoke with his grandmother's pastor, and he said right then and there, at 11 he knew, but which helped me to understand. Probably at 8 he knew what being baptized meant, and why he was ready to be baptized at 8. So with that background, did you feel that there was any pressure coming from us or coming from any of your family? No? Oh, well, go ahead.
No, I mean, not really, because I mean, I'm the type of person where I believe in what I believe in, and like I have to see things for myself. And what really made me see things was just like the different things I was turning for the family, and the good things that I seen. That's what really like just made me think like, yeah, this is real. This is very real. So I mean, I felt no pressure. I just felt like that's how the family operated, and I had to get with the program.
Get with the program.
That's how I feel like. I mean, when I was younger, of course, but nowadays I'm like, yeah, I'm very glad you guys put this in, instilled this into me, and allowed me to have my own relationship, and like allowed me to. You didn't really force it. You just like gave it time because you knew how I learned. I feel like you guys know that I gotta bump my head a couple times, and I gotta figure things with myself.
Well, that's why I say your dad was very instrumental in that, because to be honest, the church that we were going to at the time, I did, in my heart of hearts, I wanted to happen right then and there. It was your dad that said, no, let him experience all the mistakes while he's under my roof. And I didn't want you to even, go through anything, which is a big mistake on any part of parenting. If you don't allow your kids to fail, especially fail when they're under your roof. Your dad was just instrumental in that. He just believed that you needed to get all of it out of you early on, so that, train up a child in the way that you should go. And we take that wrong sometimes. We're wanting to train you to do the right thing, but what your dad knew about you as opposed to your brother. See, you guys are two different men, and he recognized that he needed to allow you to go on out there, bump your head a couple of times, and then you'll make your way on back home. So is that how you kind of
Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm always proud of that I got to bump my head, but I mean, man, as you say, Mom, I'm hard-headed, so shoot, I can bump my head, I don't feel nothing. I'm hard-headed.
I wasn't trying to say anything, so, but some of us, look, your mom is the same way, so don't. But your dad will say the same thing. He when you sit down and talk to him, he would even say, there's a few times where I needed to go out there and see it for myself, bump my head a few times. That's how he recognized what he needed to do to raise his son. Let him hit his head a few times. He's going to get it that way. Instead of me trying to force it, ram it down your throat, which is what I wanted to do, to be honest. No, let me keep my son here. Mom. He should be home, huh?
Yeah, I know, Mom. For a fact.
Well, no, but with all that said, just tell us how was that, growing up and seeing, what did you see when you went out there? Because let me tell you, your mom was scared to death. Your dad was like, let him go on out there, let him see. What did you see out there that now has you in the mindset of where you are right now?
I believe I seen that I was blessed, and I had something on me that like will attract certain people, and those people will not always be right for me. They're just trying to feed off energies. They're trying to feed off me and what they see that I have, and I would just see that. I would just like see that I would just attract people, and it would just be people I really wouldn't want to be around, but I would just like I'm not the type of person like get out my face like leave me alone. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll let them stay around because I feel like I'm not really sure, but it's just like I just seen a bunch of fakeness, and I don't know. Once you see a bunch of fakeness, you start really realizing what's real.
Yeah. Well, and you get a little bit from your mom. It's called people pleasing. Mm-hmm. And people pleasing is not pleasing of God, because once we put people ahead of God, that you want to please people over God, that's when you kind of run into, situations where you're running into people that are not so good for you. So, I'm glad that you had a balance in that, your dad was there to help you to see that, everybody ain't good for you. But not only that, you have an extended family with your grandma sitting in the chair that she sits in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She'll be the first one to tell you, like, everybody ain't good for you now, son. So don't be a friend to everybody, because you can't. It's impossible.
Yeah. And I had to realize that the hard way, but I gotta bump my head. So if I got a hard head, I must have bumped my head pretty hard for me to want to change it. If I got a hard head, so yeah, it's really more, but like that's really the main thing that really hurt. I'm not even gonna lie, just seeing just fake and like seeing how people can just be so dressed up. They can dress up the personality and just be a whole different other person, and it's just like. That's not what I was raised by. That's not what I was taught to really deal with. So it was a surprise in a sense. Because everybody that I grew up with that's been around me, like it's just been nothing but real. But when you get outside of that family, and you start meeting like people that don't really know you, don't really have to come at you, or don't really know what you've been through, you start meeting people that can really do you dirty, like, and it's really real out there. It can really happen like that.
No, and it can, son. I mean, I hate to say it sometimes. We try to build this bubble around you and your brother, and it's good at sometimes, but then your dad was right there trying to pop it every once in a while, because he really wanted you guys to see the real world out there.
I believe I popped it. I believe I was trying to pop it too.
Yeah. You probably did. You probably did, and I just didn't realize it. But he would want to have you guys go out there, come back home, and that's why right now, Taz, I know sometimes you guys get tired of preaching Papa, but he's at the point right now where he just wants to pour into you guys as men of God now, because both of you guys are now our brothers in Christ, and now he wants to pour into you more about how to be a man of God and live this life that we are living right now, because it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah,
it literally is getting harder and harder for us to take a stand as Christians, because things are getting more and more intense for us to live that life. But what I love about the family unit that you do have is that you have support, not just from me and your dad, but you have support from your extended family, which is your grandma, grandpa, your uncles, aunties, cousins. You guys have just been blessed with having a large family that everybody is genuine and wanting to have that one goal. Let's live the best life that we can. Let's please God first, but let's live the best life that we can, and not trying to hurt or harm anyone in the process.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then once you get outside of all that, it's just like a totally different world.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember you had this one conversation with your grandma one day. see if you can remember this. Remember you sat down with your grandma. I was like, Grandma, I don't understand why now that there are a lot of people that are coming to me that just want to sit down and talk, and just have a remember that? Just want to have conversations with you. And your grandma was actually trying to help you to understand that when you shed light, son, to
I remember this. Yeah.
Okay, you remember that? When you shed light, son, to any darkened place, and darkened place, it could be bright, sunny sunshine. You could be sitting on your back porch, Taz, and the sun is shining, but the people that are around you, it's a spiritual thing. The people that are sitting around you, it could still be dark there because it's the spiritual aura that she was trying to help you to understand. It's the spiritual aura that is there. But once you are filled with the light of the Holy Spirit, you bring that light into the conversations that you're having with the people that are surrounding you. That's what people are attracted to, because everybody is attracted to light, whether it's physical or spiritual light. You remember that conversation?
Yeah, I do for a T. Yeah, I do. To a T.
Mm-hmm. What's your thought process about what she was saying? How's it been going?
I mean, that definitely helped me as far as like learning how to maneuver it. Like, I mean, just learn how to maneuver it and go about it. Not so much like, yeah, you can only be so nice to people. Let's say that nowadays. You can only be so nice to people. And I feel like the light that I have is that I can be, it's a charm. Let's say that. And charm, of course, comes with kindness. But you can only be so nice to people. And that's all I have for that. You can only be so nice to people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It can be tricky. But the best thing that you can do to combat that is always stay in His Word, son. Always read upon His Word.
Mm-hmm.
Always stay prayed up. Talk about your prayer life.
Talk about my prayer life now?
Yeah. Like your prayer life has gone from what to what? I mean, based on everything. Yeah.
Okay, I would say my prayer life has gone from instead of telling God what I want, I'm telling God a story now. I'm telling God about my day. Like, hey, yeah, this happened today, so I talked to so and so today too as well. And it's just a story, because that's what it is. Relationship, got to be able to tell Him. You got to be able to talk to Him, and when you talk to Him, you got to be able to hear His response. And I believe me just just sitting down, praying down, giving orders, like that's not gonna work at all. I gotta have. I feel as me, I gotta have a conversation. I gotta like really say the good, say the bad, say everything I'm blessed for. Let them know that I'm blessed for and I'm grateful for the good and the bad. And just like what I usually pray for nowadays is abundant living.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. And abundant living looks like. How does that look like to you, though? What's the abundant living to you?
I'm still figuring that out right now. I'm still figuring that out.
Yeah.
But I can give you. Huh?
I said, yeah. Good answer. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're
following the path.
Say it again.
I would say I'm still following the path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And being as young as you are, it's not going to come full circle until you live a little bit more life. You know how when older people say, "Baby, you just keep on living and you'll understand."
You told me that a couple times. You gonna understand when you get older. That's how it is, and I do understand when I got older. Like that's the one thing that got in my head. Like I ain't gonna understand when I got older. I got older and I understand. I'm like, dang, Mom was right. That's probably my first time I told you that, but yeah, Mom, I do understand when I'm older.
I used to say that, Level Up Nation, I used to say this to my son, wait till you're 25. But I will say this, and I know we got about 4 minutes before we go to break. Thank you, Grace. I would say to both of my sons that wait till you're 25 and you'll understand a whole lot more. But let me say this to you, Level Up Nation. Our millennials and our Gen Zers are learning faster than we are. And here's the reason why I think they're learning faster. Huh?
I mean, all the information is right there. Like, we can literally pull it up on Google on the internet. It's like, the internet and Google is it's at an all-time high. It's the highest it's ever been, I believe. Because back in the day, you had to go to a dinosaur computer in the library or something to figure out some information, or you got to find it in a book. And not everybody wants to just surf of the library, but everybody's okay with surfing the web.
True. Well, here's the other thing I want to add to it, son. 2 more minutes to break.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I want to add to that maybe you're right. Okay, so let me just give a visual. Level Up Nation, for all you guys that may not know, our kids are growing up faster because of this. They have the whole world in their hands right now. And this is a device that is growing our kids up faster than us. So I say all that to say, I remember when this son of mine, at 19, I thought it was going to happen at 25. But at 19, I remember this, son, you probably don't remember. You said, hey, Mom, I see why you wanted me to go to a certain school and not to another one. You remember saying that?
I wanted to go to that school so bad.
So bad.
It looked like it was so much fun. It was so much fun. All my friends was there. Everybody was there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other reason why I started driving the school bus for the county that we live in. When the county told me that I could pick any school in that county that my 2 sons can go, that shot to number 1. And it's really the reason why I decided to drive the school bus beyond 2 years. When I was able to choose the schools for my 2 sons to go to in this county, it shot to number 1. And when this son of mine, a year after he graduated, came back to me and finally said, Mom, I understand why you wanted me to go to a certain school over the school that I wanted to go to. I now understand. That was your first inkling, Taz, that I figured out you're starting to become a man when you finally admitted that.
Wow, okay.
Bravo. Listen, we got to take our break. You guys don't want to miss any more. I know we were going to get right back into, discussing, how he made this pivot from being an up-and-coming model going into real estate. So we're going to talk about that in our next segment of the show. You're listening and watching Level Up, Real Talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. We'll be right back.
I love
is Rodney Damon Collins. I'm an actor, producer, author, and speaker. I'm excited to share my first book entitled Shattered, A Journey Through the Pieces. I wrote this book because there are millions of people like me in this world who are searching for purpose while navigating emotional distress. This book is for anyone who wants to be the producer of their own life. The reader will be encouraged to know that if they, one, keep God first, two, learn how to make peace with the pieces in our lives, and finally, three, never deter from your dreams, that you will see your purpose fulfilled. I love you, and go grab this book on Amazon.com, Shattered, A Journey Through the Pieces.
Ikemia Arrington is a career empowerment speaker, business strategist to career professionals and employed entrepreneurs who are building their businesses while working demanding full-time job, as well as a visionary event producer. She is on a mission to help the massive take career control by positioning them to transition into careers, businesses, and life they love on their terms. Kim certainly affirms that you can love your Mondays by doing only the work you desire and enjoy. Who says you can't love your Mondays? Kim affirms that you most certainly can.
Hey, this is Nolan Holloway, aka Mr. Scribe. Just letting you know that I have 3 books of poetry that's available on Amazon.com. So when you get a chance, go to Amazon.com, look up Nolan P. Holloway Jr., not Mr. Scribe, and pick up one of my books for your enjoyment. Peace.
Nothing excites me more than to see children read the books that I illustrated and helped bring to life. You know, it's the process from start to finish, and you know, at the finish line, you see the children smiling and excited and sharing the stories with other children about, you know, an image or a book that they read. Another thing that gives me joy is working with new and upcoming writers, people who have all these stories that they want to tell and, you know, things that they want to share with the world, you know, just like, you know, me wanting to express myself as an artist and, you know, share my expressions. You know, people are doing the same thing with their stories, and to help, I feel like I'm helping making their dream come true.
What you want, baby, I got what you need. You know I got it. All I'm asking is for the respect when you get home. Hey, baby, when you come home, darling, I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can read your thoughts right now. Everyone from A to Z. Speak life in every way, let the people see, let them see, and make sure you know you're right. Oh, when you speak.
Hey, this is Shay Bynes with Kingdom Driven Entrepreneur. Let's level up. Tune in every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
Hey, this is Dr. Kishana. Level Up. Check them out every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
You are listening to Level Up with Bob Barrett-Wall from Enter the Diamond.
Hey, this is Rodney Damon Collins, inviting you to level up. Check them out every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern.
And welcome back to Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. Welcome back, everyone. And thank you guys for hanging out with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hey, everyone who is watching us on Facebook, I want you guys to head on over to The Real Level Up. Yes, that's The Real Level Up on YouTube. In the weeks to come, we are going to be transitioning exclusively on YouTube. So all of my Facebookers, not sure if that's a word or not, but I think I made one up. All of my Facebookers, I want you guys to head on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. We very, very soon will be heading over exclusively to YouTube. I want to give some shout outs to all of my Level Up Nation, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube. I see Twan, Taz. Twan is tuning in on YouTube. Thank you for giving us a shout out on Mr. Twan. Love that, brother. Yes, hey, look, that's your ride or die right there. That's one of your little homies, right?
That's one of my day ones since been around since middle school.
Oh, that's right. Since middle school. It's always great to have those that you can say, look, I've got a few of my ride or die from kindergarten. Yeah, they're still around. So,
that's a strong bond right there. I need one of those.
That's a strong bond, son. Yes, and you do know them. They know you. I don't know if you just remember them, so I want to give them a shout out. Hey, Maria. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Beverly. Hey, I mean, all of these ladies.
Hey, everybody from Hollydale. I want to say what's up. Shout out to everybody from Hollydale, man. Yeah, y'all know y'all live all y'all day ones, man. Everybody, man.
See, sometimes you just got to call out the actual name, son. So that's what I'm about to do. Let me shout out some of our top fans. Of course, that's always Miss Doris from day one. Thank you, Miss Doris, for always sharing this information and continuing to be our top fan. But, oh my goodness, you have a close second. That close second is Miss Mary Goolsby. Let me tell you guys something about Miss Mary. She's a lot like me. Trying to support that son in the entertainment industry. That's why she got a lot to say on this particular show right here. And laying it down. Let me just say this. I gotta say, a couple of things that she has already said. She said, in 2020 really showed me that our generation felt we needed to hang longer even when we are not happy. I finally realized I learned I'm worthy of being treated fairly. Thank you for that word of wisdom, Miss Mary. Also,
thank you.
We got Grace, who also said, you come across all different types of friends in your life journey, but there are the ultimate friend. That ultimate friend is Jesus. Thank you, Miss Grace. Really appreciate you just, giving your comments, pouring into this young man right here. But before we get back into our conversation, you guys, I want you guys to pray for my co-host. Please pray for my co-host, Mr. Nolan P. Holloway. Yes, he is down for the count. He was not able to be with us last Sunday. But then when it became 2 Sundays in a row, I had to call the wife. Girl, what is going on? I got to have my co-host. What's going on? So what no? Literally, we want Mr. Scribe to get well. Please don't think about anything else but getting well, my Mr. Scribe, my co-host. So please pray for Nolan that he will have a speedy and complete. Sometimes we want a speedy recovery, and then we don't ask for the complete recovery. So we want him to be completely 100% back to normal. So take all the time that you need, Mr. Scribe. Yes, do we miss you here at The Real Level Up? Absolutely. But the main thing that we want you to know is that we love you here, and we want you to have a complete recovery. And so with all that said, take the time that you need. Sometimes when we're down like that, it's just God's way of saying that I want that time with you. Let me have that time with Mr. Scribe. And so that when he comes back, you guys, he'll be all the more stronger. Hence, which is something else I want you guys to know as well. Same thing is going on with Miss Robin. The reason why she's not on the show, she is taking the necessary time away from a number of things so that she can have her exclusive time with her Father in heaven. So with that said, y'all might see me do the same thing. So don't be surprised. So, sometimes
you do that,
God will call you out and say,
I'm about to say,
okay, so son, did the same thing. I look, okay, how many times that happened to you in your little 24 years of life? Twice, right? Didn't you have like a shutdown twice in your life?
Oh man, that's tough. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, twice. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, speak on it, Tad. Okay, let me point at this poster one more time.
I know, Mom. I know, Mother dearest.
Real talk takes you out. Come on, speak about it, son. It might be somebody that is listening right now that don't want to take that time. Look, okay, your mama, son. Your mom was forced to take the time. When was that? In January. You remember.
Mhm.
And it was the best thing that happened in my life because you see how much I pivoted, right?
Yes, I feel like that's the time. That's where like you got to learn about yourself. I mean, it's gonna be it's gonna be hard. Yeah, it's gonna be hard just to sit down and really just learn yourself and learn where you want to go and what direction you want to go in. But it's definitely necessary if you want to succeed because you gotta really understand yourself. You gotta figure out what you like, what you don't like, what you feel like you can do, what you feel like you can't do, what you feel like you would need more help with as far as like yourself or need more help with from God. It's just a lot of things that you just gotta do when you're by yourself, because like you gotta like overall, I feel like you just gotta be all right with yourself, and that's where the real joy and peace and success comes from. So, yeah, that's I want to. It was hard for me when it first happened to me my first time. I was like, "What is this? What is going on?" I swear, I'm the happiest guy in the world almost. Like, it was a good moment where I was like, "I'm the party guy, man." Yeah, but like when that happened to me, I did not go anywhere for probably like a month. I'm just like, what's going on? I mean, it just outside didn't feel the same. It didn't feel as like, I don't know how to put this right now. It didn't feel as exciting.
Okay.
And it's not safe. I'm not worried about safe. I'm good. I'm good around. But yeah. I mean, it's just like it just didn't feel the same as far as excitement. Like it wasn't exciting me anymore. I feel like I did everything that I wanted to get into or like just do or like I saw in a movie and I wanted to try in real life. I feel like I did everything as far as going out, going the clubs, doing all this. Yeah. I just feel like I did everything. And once I really found out I was done with all that, that's what I feel like what made me sad. Like what made me like shut down a bit. Cause like, what's next? Okay, you did all this stuff to make yourself look cool. What's next? What's next? What are you gonna do to make yourself feel smarter or have more faith in yourself? Not just sit here and look cool. Like that's not the way to go. And what else I had to also realize is you make up your own cool.
You make up your own cool. So what? Okay, help me out. You know, you talking millennial now. Now help us out. The Generation X are like what?
So, I mean, like it's just basically like we base everybody is basing their cool, whatever cool is, off everything else. Like let's say they base everything. Everybody base what's cool off basically rap or R&B or hip hop. They think that's just cool. But in all reality, it's only cool because somebody else is telling you, or many other people are saying it's cool. But in your reality, you really make up your cool. You make up your peace. You make up your joy, and you, with the help from God, of course. Let me not stray away from that. With the help of God, of course. But you make up your own cool. You make up your nobody else worldly can make up your own reality, except for yourself and God.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay,
and that's how I'm coming.
Now that you said that you know you put God. Okay, you remember I used to say to you and your brother, the Bible really is your life manual.
I don't remember that. I'm not even gonna lie to Mom. I'm not really too much of a Bible reader. I'm more of like the devotional book, where it's like it like sums up some of the scriptures of the Bible and it tells you, like I want to say, up to date way to tell you to get to you. So I'm not really much of a Bible reader, but I'll read it here and there when the devotional book tells me to open up the scripture. But it's like far as like just reading the Bible like front to back, I'm not really big on that yet. But yeah not yet. But like
no, I'm not mad at you because your mom wasn't that way. It did take you know devotions, going to church on a regular basis, and I don't want people to you know think that church is the ultimate way that you can get your relationship with God. No.
That can also be the ultimate way you tear down your relationship with God.
True, you're right, and you're right. I mean, and people are starting to realize that now that COVID has come and we're not gathering around at some building so that we can say that we're holier than thou. No, our relationship with God is based on that. When you have a relationship with your mother, father, your girlfriend, do you need to go to a building to do that?
That's why I said when you asked about my prayer life, is like it's like I'm starting to talk more to him like in conversational wise. Like I'm talking to a person, but like I'm talking to a being that's way higher than me. So it's like, of course I'm going to be asking questions, but it's more like, hey, today went good. Hey, thank you for this. Hey, this. Hey, just thank him. Like that's what I'm starting to really like realize more. He blesses the people that are more thankful.
Yeah. And well, it's not just that, it's the majority of that, but God is relational. So when people want to compartmentalize that your relationship with God is only at the church, so what happened to everybody when churches started to close down? What happened to your relationship when you couldn't go to that building and meet with all those people at that point in time? Your relationship with God stopped then? No. I really feel like what God had to do with all of us here on earth was to say, my relationship is my relationship with you. You go to church to, to learn a little, like learn something about me so that, you develop a true relationship with you. It's like this. You met your girlfriend at the restaurant that you worked at, right? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of like that same thing. You go to church, that's where you met him. But then you and your girlfriend developed a relationship outside that restaurant. So if that restaurant closed down, does that mean you and your girlfriend going to stop having a relationship?
No.
I'm just trying to get some people, like, it's not about just going to church. Your relationship with God is each and every day. It's like the same. Remember how we were talking about this task? You have this relationship with God that's like this. But
most people got that co-worker relationship.
Huh?
I said most people got that. What's the other word? It's co-worker, but it's like, I can't think of it. But yeah, most people got that co-worker. It's like you only see him when you get to church, or like you only see him when you go to work. You only see him when you get to church.
Yeah, right. They don't. Okay, but that's not what God wants. God doesn't want you to have. That's funny, Ted. Co-worker relationship. Most people have the co-worker relationship with God. That's pretty good. I'm gonna use that one. So once you actually figured out, Taz, that you need to have a relationship with God on an ongoing basis.
I would say what helped me realize that I need to have my own, because like I just realized that He's always there. He's not just there when you just go to church. He's always there. He leaves you. He leaves with you. He goes in with you. Actually, he's in when you park your car in the church parking lot. He's with you in the car. He takes before you even leave the house. When you wake up, so he with you the whole time. So it's like you don't got no choice but to build a relationship with somebody that's always there.
Well, I think that's where, and I can't even say it's just young people. It's people in general. When people don't understand the relationship with God, that's why they don't understand, some of the things that's being taught through the Bible. When I say the Bible is a life manual, once you have a relationship, it's almost like reading a love letter. Okay, so let's go back to the relationship you have with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I said, don't you do this because she will kill you. But anyway, if you found a love letter that your girlfriend wrote, like she wrote it out, right? It will kind of give you more insight of how she really feels. Like then they kind of, because she's actually, she's writing what's on her mind, heart, body, and soul.
Oh, I see what you're talking about right there.
Paper.
I see what you're talking about right there.
Yeah, so when people write stuff out, especially like a love letter, then it has more meaning. It has more lasting effect. You can always go back to that love letter and read it again and remind yourself of how much she loves you.
Yeah.
That's what the Bible is.
Oh, okay. I see how you did that right there. I see how you did that. It's more thought out.
Look, God just gave me that now. Because he really wants people to know that the Bible is not just a book of rules and regulation. He says it all the time. No, it's my love letter that I wrote to you while you're here on earth until we come back again, that we're back again with him for eternity. It's just like it's like, think of men who go off to war or whatever, and their wives are writing them that love letter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like right now, which we really are, we're in this war zone away from God on earth, and we're here to be the ambassadors for God on earth to remind people who he is. That's the reason. That is really our ultimate purpose for being here on earth. That's it. And how we are being reminded that we're being loved, we go back to the Bible and read that Bible, and we actually see, gosh, oh man, you know what? God still loves me because he wrote this down so I can be reminded. But not only that, God does it a step further. He gives us other situations and relationships to remind how much he loves us.
And what I would tell you what kept on fueling me was the fact that every time I would read the word or I would read something that has something to do with God, it would always relate to me somewhere in my life every time.
All the time.
Because I feel like at first when I was younger, it's just the fact that I couldn't really relate. I wasn't really listening to what was going on, and I didn't go through nothing yet. So now that I've really been going through something or have gone through a bunch of things, I can relate to it. I can relate to what's going on in the Bible. I can relate to what's being said, and I can just see it. And that's what basically just continues to fuel my faith in God, because it's just relatable.
Well, you said something very, very poignant, son. You had to go through something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, you kind of helped your mom out when I was looking at your dad crazy, because he would say, let him go through it so he'll understand.
Yeah, you told me that. That definitely helped.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, but that's why I could never say about your dad. Although your dad is not a big churchgoer, I could never tell the folks that would tell me that
He's
would
strong
say
in faith.
Huh?
I said, Dad, real strong in faith.
He's more strong in faith than people even realize that, because your dad is more of a quiet man. He don't really talk to he don't like a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know you're watching this and like, oh, what'd she say that for? Because it's true. Your dad don't like a lot of people.
Hey, but, I mean, shoot, he able to, because shoot, he able to.
Hey, look here. That is the reason why you have marriage relationships. Me and your daddy are totally opposite.
And I feel like I get a little bit of you, and I get a little bit of him, and me a little bit, like, different situations. I get a little bit of you, different situation. I got to get a little bit of dad. So yeah, I can already see how y'all different.
Yeah, we're very different, but it's all good. Opposites attract.
Yeah.
So when he was saying that he wanted you to at a young age get all of that out of you while you were under his roof, his thought process was, it gives me an opportunity to correct him, because so many of us want, you know, the prestige of, my son is doing well right now. No, we didn't have that privilege of saying that about you. Mm-hmm. We didn't. Mm-hmm. And it's no pun, son, because what we see right now, we see that you are wise beyond your years, because you did experience your ups and downs early on, and now you realize the importance of having your own relationship with God a whole lot earlier than I thought you would. I really thought it was going to take you till you're like 25, 26.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think there was one life experience, and it's on you if you want to share this with the world, because you know this video will be up for forever. If you want to share one life experience, really jolted you to reality, but that life experience helped you to meet more people that poured into you, and in the unopportune time, these people poured into you like, hey, listen, young man. Don't end up here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grace. Don't end up here. But sometimes God will put us in a situation where if we still didn't get it, He'll put us in a situation so we will continue to get it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I got it after that. Cause shoot, man, you don't want to go back there. Don't want to go back there. But it was the fact that I didn't do anything that wrong. It's just the fact that I still went, but like I didn't do anything wrong. It was something that I had to go through. I just had to go through it just to grow as a man. I feel like I believe as well.
Yeah. And there, do you think? Well, we got one more minute to break. So before we get into that conversation, listen, you guys, we're gonna be having more conversations. This is my son, by the way. I'm so sorry for those of you who just tuned in. This is my oldest son, Torrance Scott Jr., and we are just having a candid conversation about his life. But yeah, very, very soon we are going to talk about entrepreneurship from a millennial's point of view. You're listening and watching Level Up. Real talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. We'll be right back.
I am protected. You can't touch me. I'm resurrected. You can't crush me. I'm taking my time now. You can't rush me. I'm in this bubble. You can't bust me. Oh, I'm protected. You can't touch me. I'm resurrected. You can't crush me. I'm taking my time. No, you can't rush me. I'm in this bubble. You can't bust me. Oh, spinning around like a carousel. Never sick, still looking well. He helped me win on the battlefield. And I tell the truth like a tattletale. And I'm out of jail like I'm out on bail. And I don't feel like I don't tell the whole truth. Without Christ, it's like a ship without a sail. Look, back in the day, lagging away. I just happened to pray after the day. He just happened to say he loves me. Defeating my enemies like an animal. Attacking the prey, they say he evil. Jesus, he just wanna save people. Ain't no way we gonna stay equal. Grab your wings and soar with the eagles. Protected by the shield and by the sword. Every blessing that you got comes by the Lord. He got keys to the gates and keys to death and hell and the grave. He'll set you free like you was a slave. You'll run real fast like you was the I am protected. You can't touch me. I'm resurrected. You can't crush me. I'm taking my time now. You can't rush me. I'm in this bubble. You can't bust me. Oh, I'm protected. You can't touch me. I'm resurrected. You can't crush me. I'm taking my time. No, you can't rush me. I'm in this bubble. You can't bust me. Oh, I'm protected in this bubble like bubble wrap. He's knocking on the door of your heart like double tap. Praise him twice, double clap. He just set up a double trap. The enemy fell in and God chopped him with his double axe. Facts, all of the chains he is breaking it. Satan's kingdom he is shaking it. All this evil I am forsaking it. The kingdom of heaven I'm making it. Made in Satan, hating blessings. You know I'm gon' rake in. They ain't going nowhere, they all stay in. If you wonder where I'm at, I'm gon' face in. It's water. Oh yes, no stress, and he will bless you. Holiness, holiness, I roll with the Lord, ain't no loneliness. Only this power of God, I am holding it. Taking my freedom back, I am not lonely and I am protected. You can't touch me, I'm resurrected. You can't crush me, I'm taking my time now. You can't rush me, I'm in this bubble. You can't bust me, oh, I'm protected. You can't touch me, I'm resurrected. You can't crush me, I'm taking my time, no, you can't rush me. I'm in this bubble, you can't bust me, oh, I'm protected.
J-Town exclusive.
Do you remember the first time you heard from the spiritual individual that be kicking all of the lyricals and be serial killing the game, man, in the Lord's name? Cause he be coming with them gangster beats that dance your feet. Cause ain't nobody changing me. I stand firm when I plant my feet, and they ain't never gonna change. I do what I do and I'm doing it well. I got it on lock and I don't need no bail. The spirit is in me, you know that it's true. So I'ma tell you what I'm gonna do. I'ma make it look good. I'ma make it look go so good. Yeah, I'ma make it look good. I'ma make it look go so good. Yeah, I'ma make it look good. I'ma make it look go so good. Hey, I'ma make it look good. Hey, I'ma make it look go so good.
Yeah, me and him, we not the same. I praise him in my own way. Yes, I got something to say. Yeah, I think that I'm feeling okay. Catching them play like OJ. Yeah, take it straight to the OJ. And I'm sipping on J. I'm tryna serve my own way. Making sure my family straight. Tryna get the heavyweight. I'm coming back to the session. I thank God for all of his blessings. I praise him, I make it look easy. I ride the Gucci and them Yeezys. And steady popping like a pimple. I'm rapping it come from
I'ma make it look good. Decatur, home, this my hood. Don't get it misunderstood. Was down bad, now I'm back, God is good. I've been covered in the blood of Jesus since a fetus. On my stripes like Adidas. This is for my youngins, cause you know they need us. So fresh and clean, you know I'm the neatest. Pa's looking down, I know that he see this. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Waving like a barracuda. Like Pastor B, we rising up and descending, who you know. Spiritual, lyrical, and always trending the little PK kick game like a PA, reppin' GARDAY, no lie. Oh my, the devil tried to bring me down, but God always run like Wi-Fi, I'm heaven bound. I need an amen from the congregation, while 45 out here dividing the nation. I'ma take a knee and a mantle, take the time to pray, cause we need it not just now, but anyway. Okay, Jay stay snapping like a choir. Not Nas, but I'm God's son till my soul retire. No liar, the boy fire. I'm sanctified cause my Lord higher.
I'ma make it look good. I'ma make it look go so good. Yeah, I'ma make it look good. I'ma make it look go so good. Yeah, I'ma make it look good. I'ma make it look go so good. Yeah, I'ma make it look good. Hey, I'ma make it look go so good.
Hands in the sky if you represent the same guy who died for your sins and went to heaven. Same guy, cause every day a blessing. Every day I pray that I can find direction. My blessings begin to multiply when I started to trust him. I used to start looking at God to keep it 100. But in the neighborhood I hear them guns busting. I learned to be a man and stopped running from it. Psalms 23, I hope you read on it. This beat knocking hard like the feds coming. Some people never get a halo. If you're not praising God, tell me what you came for. I keep that Bible on me, homie, that's why I'm never lonely. This my testimony, won't you stop and listen? Gotta get to heaven, the one and only mission.
I'ma make it look go so good. Yeah, I'ma make it look good. I'ma make it look go so good. Yeah, I'ma make it look good. I'ma make it look go so good. Yeah, I'ma make it look good. Hey, I'ma make it look go so good.
Men's and women's wear has statement pieces or full head-to-toe custom design. It's the personal styling service customized to your fit, lifestyle, and budget. Hi, I'm Marion Boyd, CEO and your designer guide for success. Contact me at 770-402-0730 Eastern Standard Time from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. only. I'm on Facebook at Marion G. Boyd or Instagram at Marion_Collection1. Get in, my people, where you fit.
Been sluggish, bloated, overweight? You could be toxic from your environment, food, and medications. It's time for a clean start. Come by or book online today.
Hey, this is Gina A. Towns on Real Talk that takes you higher. Level up. Ordinary people with extraordinary stories.
It's Dr. Morgan, time to level up. Every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. We look forward to having you tune in.
Hi, this is George Vincent.
And Rick Irvin.
And we are the Heavenly Deposit Team, and we need you to level up.
Hey, this is your girl, Joanna Hill McGill, Walmart's first Next Gospel Superstar winner. I need you to level up.
Hey, this is Jonathan Graham from Black Out the Box, and you're listening to Angee from the B, Mr. Scribe and Robin from NYC. Level up every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
And welcome back to Level Up, Real Talk that takes you higher. I am your host from the B. Welcome back, everyone. And thank you guys for hanging out with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon, where we're coming down to our last hour of the Real Level Up right here on Super Soul Sunday. Who I have in the studio, I have my son, Torrance. I call him Taz. Torrance Taz Scott Jr., who is an up-and-coming businessman. Let's talk about your business, son, because I know, we put that out there. Entrepreneurship from a millennial's perspective. So, based on all the things that we had talked about in the previous 2 hours, just kind of painting the picture for everyone, what's your mindset? What do you think about? What's on your heart? And now we're going to talk about your passion that's turning into purpose. This is what we do with our last hour here at the Real Level Up. Son, in case I know you don't watch all your mama shows. Come on now.
Oh,
You're
man.
not sitting up there watching all them shows that I told you to watch. I said, listen, son, listen to this show because you're going to learn something, but it's okay. You might listen and watch now, because here's what it is. All right. For my people that want to get into the minds of these millennials, my son here is going to lay it down and help you guys understand how and why they think. Now, I know some of us who are, baby boomers, Generation X, we're looking at the millennials and we're like, huh? So I had this conversation with my son, and literally, I did say, huh. But at the end of the conversation, it's really the other reason why I wanted my son to come on, so you guys can understand how they think. They do think different than we do. And one thing that I see with the millennials, they are a little bit more adventurous. They are risk takers. And so what I had said in one of our previous conversations in one of our most recent segments that we had on this show, my son did leave a job without having a job. Now you know that is taboo for us as Generation X. You don't leave a job until you have a job. Well, this one here left a job without having a job. But then he kept saying to me, Mom, you're going to see very soon what I'm doing. Because, the going joke that we call my son here, we call him Tommy. Tommy, you ain't got no job. What are you doing? Lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, my son has come to me within the past month, and he is really laying it down and helping me to understand what in the world are you doing with your life. And I do have to say, I'm proud of him. Let me tell you the main reason why I'm proud. All the time, even his mom, his dad, we were laughing like, you ain't got no job, man. What are you doing? He has come to us and has put this big announcement out here that had our jaw, look how he dancing, had our jaw on the floor. Not just, okay, now, he didn't fool his grandma, because his grandma kept telling us that, y'all don't know now. Y'all keep laughing at my grandson, but I know he got something going on. And she was right. He gave us this big announcement just yesterday, and even his girlfriend had her jaw on the floor. So I don't know if you want to make the big announcement for the world to know right now, son. You don't have to if you don't want to. We can hold that for another show. But what I do want you to talk about, I want you to talk about how did you make that pivot from the biggest contract that you had ever had in your entire life, here comes COVID, to yank it out of your hands. Literally, that contract went away. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he was going to be a co-host on an up-and-coming television show.
I was going to go back and forth to Miami and Atlanta.
Oh, you're going to go back? Okay, so it was a television show that was going to be a lot like 1 and 6 in Park. Is that correct?
Yeah, BET 106 Park. So I was going to basically be like interviewing different artists, showing what's new in music and everything. It was going to be a really, really nice job. Like, that was going to be great. But, yeah, I don't want to think about it.
COVID came along and went, zoop, not right. Well, see, okay, son, what I want you to understand is the not right now, okay? Mm-hmm. So let me just give you, I'm always giving him tidbits and words of advice, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying my best to, like, continue to plant those seeds. It's a not right now, son. And perhaps I won't say perhaps, because I've seen a lot of people that have taken their pivot and contracts that are coming back into people's hands, especially in entertainment. They're coming with, better contracts that suit their lifestyle a little bit better. So
because nowadays people have their own brand.
Huh?
I said that because nowadays people have leverage.
See, my son is smarter than I thought he is, you guys. I mean, he hits me with tidbits of information that I'm like, where'd you get that from? That's pretty good. I'm listening. Okay, he does listen. Okay, Mary, they listen. Anyway, so I want to just talk about, son, because we're coming down to the last 2 segments of our show, and I do want to talk about your pivot from having that contract literally snatched out of your hand to what you're doing now. You have the floor. Mom will be quiet for a minute. It's hard, but I'll be quiet.
I would say, because right after that, I just went through a period of time where I was just like, man, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I got to do something, because the pandemic really showed me, I want to say, I had it on my tongue. I want to say the pandemic really showed me, like, the things that need to be taken away, or like that's really not really there. They're there, but they're not really there. Like, I don't know. But I did that. I was like, man, what am I going to do, man? I really literally spent, like, all my life really trying to get this contract in a sense, but, like, not just this contract. I was preparing for this. I thought I was sitting there thinking that God just threw me the biggest alley-oop and I was going to dunk it. But that sent me through, like, I got kind of sad. I got kind of mad all at once. And I'm the type of person that don't like to give people the credit of saying, I told you, you told me so. So with that mindset, I'm like, okay, man, I got to do something. I just can't go back to, yeah, you guys was right. I was just doing too much. I was just doing the most. No, I cannot. Because the most I think that I'm doing is the right amount just for me to be successful. So I'm like, man, I gotta figure something out. So I started going on YouTube University.
Wait, explain YouTube University. The Generation X don't understand.
YouTube University is when you basically get on YouTube, and it's like now. It's like how virtual classes are now, but you're not paying for nothing. YouTube free. Like, people on YouTube is getting paid for the views. So if you're like, you don't gotta pay for nothing. The information is literally out there. You just gotta figure out how you want to word your question in YouTube, how you like the different things you want to look up in YouTube. You got to really figure out and like get in your mental. What do you want to learn about?
So let me help out the Generation X because that was millennial talk. Okay, Generation X is like this. Both of my sons have made a decision that their university will be on YouTube. They're not going to University of Georgia or in my alma mater, Georgia Tech. They're not going to the normal, can you go to college? I had been trying my best to have my kids go to somebody's university. Both of them said no.
No, I said, yeah, I went, actually.
When?
I went to a university, not to a university, but I went to college, Mom. For like a whole 6 months.
Oh, you
no, it was like a semester.
It was a semester. Okay, so I'm sorry. My bad. He did go to a community college for 6 months, only to find out that he said to his mother,
I got the grant, too.
I got the grant. Mom is all about, listen, Generation X, y'all know what I'm talking about. All about education. We go to college, right?
I got my college paid for, too.
We know. He had the college paid for and everything, ladies and gentlemen. Only for him to come back to me and his father to say, he's not going back.
I mean, I didn't lose no money. I didn't waste no money. That was what I was thinking.
I understand for somebody my age to have an opportunity for you to go to college for free and you don't take it. What the hell? Sorry, y'all, but that's how I felt. What the hell? What do you mean you ain't going to college and it's paid for? Anyhow, I had to take a step back because once again, his dad stepped in again to help me out. Like, okay, look, it's not for him. And in fact, Torrance Scott Sr. will tell anyone this, that college is not for everyone. And he's right. Even our pastor, thank you, Pastor Gary Burke. College is not for everyone. Angee, let's try to see if Taz is interested in a trade. I tried that route. Not interested.
In what trade? What do you mean?
A trade. No, I was trying to get you into some kind of trade. Let's go to trade school. Let's start taking you to truck driving.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay, I was trying to do all that, ladies and gentlemen, to no avail. This son of mine decides, I'll let you have the floor back again. He wants to go to YouTube and go to that university. So explain it one more time so we can understand. So you go to YouTube and you watch videos to learn what to...
No, okay, so it's basically like the how-to. It's the how-tos. How-tos. You can basically look on YouTube and look up how to brush your teeth, how to tie a tie, how to tie your shoes, how to turn on a computer. YouTube is just there for you to learn. People post on YouTube all the time, daily. Just like how to do things, like how to do this, how to do that, how to make money, how to do this. I mean, YouTube is there for information, like YouTube and Google. I look at that. I look at Google is like Google is the book and YouTube is the video.
Okay. So I hope you guys understand that now, because let me remind the folks that I talk to all the time. Y'all see this right here?
Yeah.
This is the reason why I say they have the whole world in their hands. So my sons, both of them are going to YouTube University. All right, son, keep going. We're trying to figure out, how did you make the pivot by going to YouTube University?
Okay, so YouTube University, you got to figure out what you like, what you like to watch. What do you like to watch that's really gonna make you learn? And off me, it was interviews from about like just different people in the industry, in the entertainment industry, entrepreneurs, businessmen. I was looking at podcasts of every single person I feel like I can connect to or I can look up to. So I ended up finding this one podcast I like. It's called The Breakfast Club. And it was this guy named Mark Ritton. He talked about wholesale, and I was like, "Oh snap! You don't gotta have no money. You don't gotta go to school. You can just figure everything out and just start now." Oh yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that because the way he explained it and the way everything that was going on, I was like, "Bro, man, this is way too. I'm not gonna say easy, but it's way too doable. Way too doable."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's a good point. Yeah. Okay.
And it's like, shoot, all you got to do is have to work, want to do the work, and be good at building relationships. And that I realize that's one of my strengths in what I'm doing right now. Most people don't like. It's called cold calling. Most people don't like cold calling. That's when you just get a list of numbers, a big list of numbers, and you never know if they're gonna hang up in your face or not. You just got to call them and see if they want to sell their house or if they want to buy or anything. It's called cold calling. So I found out my strengths. I'm just good at building relationships with new people that I don't know, and I can make if I can do that, it makes a little money on the side, man. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see nothing wrong with it at all.
So you're basically making money on connecting relationships? Is that what it
Yes, I'm
boils
the bridge. You can say I'm the bridge.
Okay, so you said wholesale. Wholesale of what?
It's a wholesale of vacant land, commercial properties, single family residential homes, homes altogether. I can either get in between the deal of actually I am working in the mix of getting in between the deal of I think it's like it's a 9-acre what is it called, mobile home park, and it has about 25 mobile homes on there. So just about anything around the area can be wholesale.
So you can wholesale real estate, properties, and
Yes.
land, just all kind. Okay.
Because what allows you to do that is assignment clauses. That's what really allows us wholesalers to really make our money, and in the contracts, our contracts is what makes us money. That's what really we got to get our contracts straight, like down to the T, and put everything in the contract so we know we're protected and we'll make our money and nothing else can happen. Like, it's just going to be a great deal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you see this face, right? I don't understand it all the way, but
That's okay.
all I can do is trust my son that he knows what he's doing. Because at some point, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, when you have your sons and daughters that are growing up to be men and women, they're no longer boys and girls. You have to allow them to use those wings and fly. So that's what my husband and I decided to do. We're going to have him use his wings to fly, and I want to be proven wrong. He has done it since he was 19. So conversations that I have had with my son since he was 19, since we went, I told you guys back earlier when he finally said, "Mom, I now understand why you had me go to another high school instead of the high school I wanted to go to." That was a turning point for me to understand that my son is now becoming a man. He is now understanding that there are things outside of this house that you really have to pay attention to, and that you have to grow up to, and that you must have a relationship with God no matter what, beyond mom and dad's relationship, in order to survive in this world. I don't see how people do it. I really don't. I don't know how people can live in this world without having the covering and the sanctification of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. What?
It sounds like a parachute.
What sounds like a parachute?
I said it's kind of like your relationship with God is kind of like a parachute.
Yeah, well, okay. You know, there was a famous man that has a radio show and used to have a television show. He gave that analogy. He gives it each and every morning about that parachute. Yes, when you open up that parachute, you are falling, because every last one of us, he said, falling in a parachute is like, you're watching your life, because every last one of us will die eventually off this earth. Mm-hmm. But do you have the parachute that's going to help you to sail down a little bit slower so you can avoid falling fast, free falling, and you can avoid the scenery as you're going down? So is that where you are, sir? Are you enjoying the scenery?
I'm almost there. I feel like I'm just about 80% there, but I feel like me personally, I love the grind. I love the process. I just love working. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not the type of person where I'll build something up and then just sit on it. Me, I'll build something up, then go to the next one, build something up. Go to the next one, build something up. And then after that, after I built all these things up, it's time to hire people that's going to control all of them and take over them.
Oh.
Somebody smarter than me, and a little bit lazier than me, because a lazy person will always figure out the smartest way to do it.
Okay, you explain that on our next break. We got to take our break. Listen, everyone, I just want to thank all of you guys who have hung out with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon as I had this candid conversation with my oldest son, Torrance Scott Jr. We have one more segment with him. So if any of you guys, I'm giving you an opportunity, son, any of you guys that are interested in what he is doing, this wholesale real estate that he's doing, perhaps you have, some pieces of property that he needs to take a look at and can take it off your hands and help you to sell it at wholesale. Here's your guy. So when we come back, he will give you all the details of how you get in contact with him. Have this young guy, as he said, he's not lazy, which he's not. I got to give it to my son. He is a hard worker. Both of them are. I'm proud of my sons for being hard workers. You're listening and watching Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. We'll be right back.
You think by now we'd be through with this? You think by now we'd have this thing figured out? This one hurts a little different. Oh, something's different this time. Oh, yes it is. Something's different this time. Oh, I know there's something different this time. This time. Oh, something's different this time. Maybe it's the way the tears are falling down. They're falling a little harder this time. And this time they fall from your eyes. Maybe it's the way. Maybe it's the way that we all feel so breathless this time around. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. All I can say is something's different this time. There's something different this time. Yeah. Something's different this time. Yeah. Something is different this time. Oh, yes, it is. Maybe a change will come. But people are hurting. People are burning inside. Inside. Wondering why this keeps happening. Why this keeps happening. Oh, why? I ask you why. It takes so long to say that it's wrong when we die. We die by the hands that should only save lives. Ooh, something's different this time. Different this time. I believe in my soul. Something's different this time.
Hey, this is Nolan Holloway, aka Mr. Scribe. Just letting you know that I have 3 books of poetry that's available on Amazon.com. So when you get a chance, go to Amazon.com, look up Nolan P. Holloway Jr., not Mr. Scribe, and pick up one of my books for your enjoyment. Peace.
Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you tried, things just still go wrong?
Many times.
What do you do?
I let go and let God.
All I'm asking from you is to bump up our credit limit to where it was.
It's declined.
We're experiencing some financial hardships at the moment.
You have 6 days to make payment.
I can't believe this is happening.
You know, I never asked you to pray with me.
It's you and me. We got this. God wants to help you, Peter.
Excuse me?
But you're not letting him in.
I did once. Last time we spoke, you took a man away from me I loved dearly. From that day, I swore to take matters into my own hands. But now I don't know what to do.
I know that you don't believe, but I will pray for you.
I love you so much.
Capimo.
It was a miracle. You believe in miracles?
Listen, if you need me, you call me.
All of the angels in heaven are rejoicing. You gotta know that everything is gonna be okay.
What you want, baby, I got what you need. You know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you get home. Hey, baby, when you come home, darling, I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can read your thoughts right now. Everyone from A to Z. Speak life in every way, Let the people see, let them see, and make sure you know you're right. Oh, when you speak.
What's up? It's your boy Fred Jones. Let's level up on Sundays, 3 to 6 p.m. Ordinary people with extraordinary stories.
It's Dr. Robert Frazier, CEO of Silk Educational Consulting, and it's time to level up every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. Real talk that takes you higher.
It's your boy Keegan. Let's level up on Sundays, 3 to 6 p.m.
Soy Udanis y te invito a escuchar cada domingo de 3 a 6 de la tarde Level Up, sube el nivel, gente corriente con historias extraordinarias. No te lo pierdas.
And welcome back to Level Up, Real Talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. Welcome, welcome, welcome back, everyone. And thank you guys for hanging out with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hey, we're coming to the last 10 minutes of our show, everyone. And I just want to thank everyone once again for hanging out with us on this Sunday afternoon. This is one of my special shows that I thoroughly enjoyed because, of course, so proud of my son, Torrance D. Scott Jr., who is an up-and-coming entrepreneur. Whether he is doing his modeling, whether he is doing his TV talk show host, whether he is doing his wholesale real estate. And I'm going to let him make a decision whether he's going to make the big announcement here or he's going to wait for another show to do the big announcement. That's up to you. So, you want to do it today? You want to do it right here on this show? Right here?
I'm not going to make it like, it's not as big. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to make it. I mean, because it's for sure, but it's not for sure.
It's in the making. Let's do it this way. It's in the making, and it's not going to be something that's going to happen tomorrow. But it's going to be a growing relationship that could change the trajectory of your life and mine. Because I'm going to say, you're going to take care of your mama, right? No, just kidding.
Come on, those are your kids, Mom. You already know. We already know. The whole family.
No, look, now you know how your mama is, son. Look, whatever happens to you in your life, that is for you and your wife. Whatever happens to your life, that's for you and your wife. Your
mom, you gotta know, Mom. You gotta know what I take care of my mom and my dad and everybody else around.
You and your brother, big time mama's boys, but I always want you to know. Once that wife comes into your life, wife is first. And I get an amen to my brothers and sisters in Christ. Woo, Lord, some folk don't get it. Okay, look. All right, so make your announcement, son, but we're going to be totally honest of how this thing is going to work. This is where my son said, now, he could do this to his mom and dad. I told you so. And he did. He literally said, I told you so. Only person that was not fooled was his grandmother. His grandmother had always said, that boy about to do something. Y'all keep laughing. He about to do something. And he did. Go ahead, son.
All right. So I'm about to start off my LLC, the whole wholesale real estate thing going on. And just waiting for my first deal to actually get in the making and 100% close. So what I'm going to do with that money right there is going to start up my LLC. It's going to be called MT Estates. I have me and my partner, Moses, is going to be, the M is for Moses, the T is for Torrance, MT Estates, but it's going to be like empty, like vacant estates. So it's empty, vacant estates. And that's going to be my LLC.
Awesome.
That's going to be my LLC.
You and your business partner is still growing and still trying to mold and get it all up and running. Well, I wanted him to make that announcement, everyone, because
I got more.
Okay. Well, let me just solicit this because I ain't too proud to beg. I would like for my listening audience to pray for my son, because as you guys know, being an up and coming two black men who want to do positive things in this community, it's not always easy for them to do it. But I want my prayer warriors now to put what's Moses' full name? Because it's Moses.
I can't remember his last name. I think it's Alan Moses.
Okay. I want you guys to pray for Alan Moses and my son, Torrance Scott. Put that in your prayer closet, my prayer warriors, for these two men to empty estates to be successful in building this company. You have something else you want to talk to us about, son?
Okay, so with the first deal, after I get my LLC, I will be starting up an office. So with that office, I'm just basically going to be having all my leads and all my cash buyers and all my sellers just flowing through that office, and it's basically going to be like virtual. It's going to be a virtual office, and all my VAs, they're called virtual assistants. They're going to be out of the state, probably like Pakistan, the Philippines. It's just because they're easier to pay. Let's say that. They're easier to pay and it's cheaper. So I'm going to be building all that, and hopefully with my VAs and everything, they will help me gain more deals and build my resume for MT Estates LLC. So with MT Estates LLC, we will be partnering with a couple of people. I don't want to disclose their names, but I do have one guy that's working with the Phoenix Suns right now, and we're planning on presenting MC Estates to the NBA, so we can basically get all the aspiring rookies. Everybody just got their signing deal. Really, just anybody, all the young guys that just got into some money, and basically teach them how to not just lose it, just like invest into some assets, not liabilities, and teaching them the game of wholesale real estate. So that's basically that's all in a nutshell. But as far as like long term, I hopefully we can get the NBA in our belt and the NFL under our belt, and just keep on going from there. But until then, I'm going to be just building up my roster for NBA. I'm going to be checking out high school recruits. I'm going to be checking out college recruits that are going to be newly into the draft, and just figure out who needs some financial literacy. But yeah, as far as like the NBA, we should be presented to them, and they're going to be agreeing with a contract where we just set up a class in each of the NBA teams' facilities. So we will be traveling here and there. So it's just like we're just trying to get it going.
Well, you have made your big announcement, and as you guys know, the enemy is not happy in your success. But we're going to put our prayer warriors on any and all of that. That all of that will be stopped because of their faith in God, and keeping you prayed up as you grow into this new venture that you and your business partner is doing. I'm proud of you, son.
Thank you.
You know, look, you're not too far from, who your mom and dad set out to be. Because we are entrepreneurs in our own right, and there was a lot of up and down of us building what me and your dad have right now. wasn't easy, and you and your brothers saw that year after year, and the sweat equity that it takes. Not only that, but the faith that goes beyond the sweat equity that will sustain you in the success that is yet to come to you and your family.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely get that. I'm not the type of person that allows just one thing just to just discourage me. Like, for me to get discouraged, Mom, it has to be a whole bunch of things that happen to me back to back. Like, I gotta be, I lose my car, I lose my house, lose my girlfriend, I'm not eating. Shoot, that's when it's like I'm discouraged. But if it's just one thing, I'm just like, man, I can take that on, put it on my back, and keep on riding.
Well, your mom and dad. Oh, Miss Grace and Miss Doris says congratulations. I'm not sure whoever else is watching right now. You guys can type it in the chat, just so that we know that you're watching. Wish him congratulations and much success. In building his company. Miss Valerica says, congratulations, young man. Thank you, Valerica. But yeah, we're very proud of you, son. You have already, dealt with a lot of things in your short young life of 24 years. Me and your dad are very, very proud of both you and your brothers, because we keep telling you guys this. You guys are going to be having a church. Still don't believe that, y'all.
I would say though, this one thing though, I don't tell Eric enough, but I am proud of him as well. Like, I'm very proud of my brother.
He does need to hear you say that, from the older brother to the younger brother.
Very proud.
Yes, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. Although we still don't understand the YouTube universities, but here we are. Your dad and I just have to sit back and just watch the success come in, roll in, and perhaps you guys can influence others who may not, because everybody knows that Black and brown kids, all of them do not have the means to go to a university. So perhaps that's the next phase in you and your brother's life, how you can show them how to be self-taught and still be successful men of God first, and be successful businessmen. So I look forward to sitting on your pew in your church and being the mother of your church, watching you guys raise up other young men to be. Why are you looking? Y'all, I do this to my sons all the time. I'm always planting seeds. Like,
Yeah, she already think that's why it's so crazy that the NBA came up to me because you kept on telling me I'm on the team, and you kept on saying NFL, but it's crazy that the NBA.
yeah.
Just the NBA. Yeah, it's crazy.
It was at the time when he got kicked off. Oh, thank you, Miss Janet Vinings. It was at the time when Taz got kicked off the football team. I literally went to him that day and said, son, it's not for you to play football. You will own a team.
I'm like, Mom, I want to play.
I just said it as a matter of fact. You will be owning an NFL team.
The whole time,
so you're not
Mom, I want to play. I want to play the game, Mom.
Well, okay, you can play with them players that you will own, but they're probably going to smack you a whole lot more and be like, man, can you just go inside your office over there? Let us play the game. You just run the business.
No, I'm saying that's when I was a knucklehead. You would tell me that stuff, and I would be like, nah, I want to play the game. I want to be in the game. I want to be in the game. Nowadays, I'm like, yeah, owning the team would be way more money. I mean, I'm not going to say more money, but like just way better.
Taz, the owners make more money than the players. Okay, let me help you. Okay.
I feel like with me, though, it wasn't about the money. It was just about the passion. I'm like, I love the game.
Yeah, it was about the showboat, show off. And look, okay, Level Up Nation, we have to help our black and brown kids that behind the scenes is better. We're trickling in that you don't have to be the actor on the television set. You can actually write the story. Okay?
Yeah.
They make it fun. Okay. All right. We're getting there, y'all. But anyway.
No, yeah. I understand that.
Listen, I want to thank every last one of you guys who have been hanging out with us this whole time. So I know 3 hours is a long time to hang out with someone for a whole Sunday afternoon, but we really enjoy all of our listening and viewing audience that hang out with us throughout each and every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. We love you for doing that. I want to remind everybody, though, please head on over to The Real Level Up on YouTube. Very, very soon, you guys, we will be streaming exclusively on YouTube. Now, we have to make that change because it's, once again, is one of those very smart business moves that we need to make in order to keep this show running. So all of you guys that have been supporting us throughout these years, that's been on Facebook, we do have to make the necessary switch over to YouTube, but we're not going to rush over there just yet. We just want to make sure that everybody is getting the word that The Real Level Up will be exclusively on YouTube in the near future. All right. Well, we want to thank everyone once again for being a part of this show. He's no stranger to this show. One day I'm going to have both my sons on, and I may have a surprise for all of you guys next week. But I just want everyone to have a reminder. Please pray for my co-host, Nolan P. Holloway Jr., who is still under the weather at this moment in time. Please pray for not just a speedy recovery, but a complete recovery, because we want him to come back 100% and giving us that deep, raspy voice that we all love and enjoy. Also, please continue to pray for my producer, Robin. She is actually on her sabbatical, still making her way back to the show when God says that she is ready to make her way back to the show. But we definitely miss her as well. Miss both my ride or dies of The Real Level Up. Want to give a special thanks to my amazing Grace, who is always in the background. She hates when I put her out there, but every once in a while you gotta say thanks to the people who are doing the things behind the scenes, because Level Up is not level up by itself. I don't do all this by myself, you guys. Can't do it. Don't want to do it. But just want to give a special thanks to Grace, who is holding up my arms as I am continuing to do this ministry called Level Up. Well, we will be back for another show, same time, same place, here next week, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Pacific, right here at The Real Level Up on Facebook and YouTube. You're listening and watching Level Up, Real Talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angee from the B. We'll see you next week. Love you, me. Take care.
and I have to let the man know is we are peaceful people. We are loving people. We love everybody who loves us. But we don't love anybody who doesn't love us. We're nonviolent with people who are nonviolent with us. But we are not nonviolent with anyone who is violent with us.
History, life in quarantine, nowhere to hide, it's worldwide. We can agree to disagree, but it don't matter now. This is life. We can chill face to face and debate what is fact and what has been a lie. We can pull every card and go hard with the truth, yet be brutalized. When it's all said and done, what we have and what we won't bring back alive. All we really need to do is hang on and speak life.
To bring about the complete independence of people of African descent here in the Western Hemisphere, and first here in the United States, and bring about the freedom of these people by any means necessary.
In every way, let the people see, let them see, and make sure you know you're right. Oh, when you speak, don't believe, no, this is your defeat. Don't incriminate your mind. Oh, be free. Let us join hand in hand as we stand and demand our equality. Let them know how you feel, 'cause you wanna walk across the street stress-free without that hand. When it's all said and done, what we have and what we won't bring back alive. All we really need to do is stand strong and speak life. It's your life. Come on. Will you fight? It's time. Yeah.
But when someone attacks you, when someone comes at you with a club, when someone comes at you with a rope, when someone comes at you with a gun, despite the fact that you've done nothing, he tells you, suffer peacefully. Pray for those who use you despitefully. Be long-suffering. And how long can you suffer after suffering for 400 years?
Gonna speak life in every way. Let the people see, let them see, and make sure you know you're right. Oh, when you speak.
Hello, my name is Rodney Damon Collins. I'm an actor, producer, author, and speaker. I'm excited to share my first book entitled Shattered, A Journey Through the Pieces. I wrote this book because there are millions of people like me in this world who are searching for purpose while navigating emotional distress. This book is for anyone who wants to be the producer of their own life. The reader will be encouraged to know that if they, 1, keep God first, 2, learn how to make peace with the pieces in our lives, and finally 3, never deterred from your dreams, that you will see your purpose fulfilled. I love you, and go grab this book on Amazon.com, Shattered, A Journey Through the Pieces.
Hey, this is Nolan Holloway, aka Mr. Scribe. Just letting you know that I have 3 books of poetry that's available on Amazon.com. So when you get a chance, go to Amazon.com, look up Nolan P. Holloway Jr., not Mr. Scribe, and pick up one of my books for your enjoyment. Peace.
Introducing Rain premium sanitary napkin. Rain has an innovative design that is made with a strip infused with Nobel Prize-winning material, graphene. The infused graphene strip may provide various health benefits that potentially help relieve painful abdominal cramps, help balance the body's pH, help eliminate harmful bacteria, help with aroma, help fight fatigue, boost metabolism, boost immune system. Graphene moves heat away from your core and contains vibrational energy. In this test, we will add water to the graphene strip and then place a 7-watt light bulb onto the strip to demonstrate the level of energy contained. These medical claims have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. All results may vary. Protect the most precious jewel in the world, you. For more information, contact the person who referred you to this video. Rain is exclusively designed by Jewel Sanitary Napkins, LLC.
What you want, baby, I got what you need. You know I got it. All I'm asking is for the respect when you get home. Hey, baby, when you come home, darling, I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can read your thoughts right now. Everyone from A to Z.
Unveiled Treasures Bookstore. We offer a variety of items: church supplies, homeschool resources, music, books, and gifts. Our free ministry partners online affiliate program provides a collection of Christian resources. Unveiled Treasures. Exquisite jewels to enrich your soul.
It's your girl, Dr. Monique Frazier, owner of Prestige Decor and More. Let's level up on Sundays, 3 to 6 p.m. Ordinary people with extraordinary stories.
Hey guys, vibe with Mr. Scribe on Level Up.
Hey, it's Goddess, and it's time to level up. Every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
This is Allison Feliciano. Listen or watch Level Up each and every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. Keep it locked right here.
The broadcast